Hi, everybody. Here we are.
Oh, we're streaming.
Take it away. Everything's fine.
We're streaming.
There's
Real normal content.
there's the stuff that we're going to
'cause we're
talk about
streaming.
because there's things we can't. So,
It's okay, I have a Google Doc of approved subjects.
speaking of
Google
this
Doc.
Google Doc, I saw it was being updated live
Yeah.
as
I
I was
finished
looking at it.
before we went
I'm just
live
like,
on stream.
I've never seen a red cursor just walk around like that before. Not that many changed. I can't tell what the differences are now.
The difference is that it no longer says that we're on episode 39. Not that it matters because
That's the
our
difference.
live streams have not been labeled as anything but episode 13 for like 3 months.
We need to go 13.40.
It saves me like at least a second every time we start streaming to only be at episode 13.
All right. Well, with that, welcome everybody, watchers, players, people that aren't watching or playing. They're also welcome here, but they don't know it because they're not watching or playing. One day they'll know if you check our Twitter. That's that's the first sub bullet under the second bullet of the announcement. So I'm just gonna bounce around today, like the little ball, which is it's funny, because the first bullet is the dark ball that bounces on. I don't
Bouncing
know.
Shmoo?
Shmoo?
Where are we?
What's a shmoo? Wait, is that a Flintstones reference?
Solid, you guys
Shmoo?
are killing it.
Anyway, but also under advertising, it doesn't look
Advertise.
right.
Advertise.
Socials. Twitter. Did I mention? Damn it! I think I mentioned Twitter. YouTube. Check out the YouTube for the previous episode 13s that we have. ROLL20SPOTLIGHT.com for the
so
previous backgrounds on our previous streams and a closer look at previous art. Previously there, also currently, hopefully.
There's only one art.
There's one art, and it's I don't know what it is.
There's one art for this. There's also art from Unexpected Arrivals if you would like to revisit our departed friends.
At this point, they're just rivals.
Oh, good choice of
They're
words.
just the rivals, except for the one guy who didn't make it.
That was really
No
clever, Dora.
memories.
So,
No.
also, Kevin McLeod. Big thumb up. Small thumb up.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, awesome music. Kevin, check it out. Roll20, awesome. VTT, Spotlight program. That's what we stream on. The VTT, not the program. The program made us do it though. Custom art. Subscriber emotes by the sometimes here. Oh, currently here. Kayla's got. It's not shocking. You're right here. Everyone sees that.
I'm
It's not
so
shocking.
shocked right now.
That just sounded like verklempt, not shocked. All right.
There's a good word.
New campaign, Graced, is on Wednesdays. By whom? The Roll It Slant people. Who specifically? Dora runs this campaign. It's on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Also, Mondays, not Graced. Not at all Graced. There's no Grace on Monday.
Zero.
It is the last page, also on 7:30 Eastern. That's on Mondays. And that's who? Casey. Casey's who. That's who. And then there's Beth's new campaign. No, that was really old. We don't do that anymore. And we never streamed it.
And we
it
never
was
speak
fun.
of it again.
And we did jump over a pit into other pits.
To a second, a
We
larger
should do
pit.
another
A
one
larger-
now that
we should-
you
yeah.
understand.
I think if I played in
We
Best
can play
campaign, I
Darker
would die.
Heresy.
I would only play it if I found some kind of way to convert it to 5th edition rules, because fuck trying to get people to
Well,
understand
just do that then. Just do that. Just do the work. Do it.
A lot of effort. lot of effort. Don't
Was that
know
another-
if I want to do that.
Anywho, that's all of the announcements. So this big white announcement, can we get that? I don't know. I can go to a different, maybe dark mode will work there. Anyway, so we're gonna jump right in. We need a recap, and I'd normally go to Kayla, but Kayla, no, wasn't
She's
there.
bad at this.
She's bad at recapping when she wasn't around, and so who wants to take the? You know what? Aurelia can't remember last week. Dora can't remember last week. Aurelia likely can. as a character, she has good memory.
Aurelia has amnesia. I have notes. I can just read my notes.
But I figured you had notes, so we'll give you
Yeah.
a shot. And Michaela, anything that's wrong with this is technically your fault. So go on.
Okay,
True.
good to know.
So the first bullet point just says Embarran.
Is this how Aurelia talks?
I like how you're distancing yourself. Like, the first bullet point, don't know how it was there.
It's like,
I
don't know
didn't
where
write
this
it.
came from. It just manifested on my Google Doc.
Oh, what?
You mean the Embarran that strode up the road towards us?
Yeah,
out
so
of
we
nowhere?
magic Skyped Embarran on the road, who was very concerned about many things, including the fact that there are other hymns, I have that in quotes, in that he keeps finding evidence of his own hand and other things that he did not do and cannot explain. For example, the magic circle or teleportation circle in his office that had been activated by him without him knowing. His explanation is that someone is impersonating him or else has his memories. And he is split between the desire to investigate and the feeling that it would be a very bad idea. Personally, I think it would be a very bad idea and he should not do that. He pointed us towards Vin Caradin once again, because he found evidence of his workings that seem recent, although again, they are not his workings.
These children? These are not my workings.
These are not my beautiful children. These are not my beautiful workings. So it was recent as in the past 9 or 10 days, which is the same period as the battle at the portal that Aurelia fought alongside Maglin and Arabeth.
It ever was.
I like how you're diverging from your own notes.
I couldn't remember her name, but I don't have her written down, or at least not written down here. So we went to Vin Caradin, and then we talked our way down the tower back into the dragon ruined city underneath, and found out that the archaeologists down there had discovered a wrought crown that is now missing, although it is most likely in Maglin's possession. The crown had settings for gems. They found 3 of 4 pieces. It was apparently destroyed in a magical blast. Fragments of metal included part of a gem setting, so that was how we knew it contained gems.
This sounds like
names-
the police report from what happened.
Look,
Didn't know you were an
I was
FBI
volunteered. I didn't want to do this.
I don't want to be here.
The important thing is that names were etched into the metal as if with a fingernail, and those names were Boros, Lato,
Golgari,
Lino?
Demir.
These are all very
Lesnia,
somewhat not close.
and Asteru, although this one is likely incomplete. And then
Kayla, you ready to have your
That was where we
mind
end.
blown?
I think that was where we ended. That's the end of my notes.
Name in the crown, scratched in the crown with the little finger ningles, is the same name as the zombie dragonborn vampire thing we let out in hell. Do you remember that?
And do you remember what the surname of
See?
the...
Oh, it's
face.
all over the screen.
That
Wipe it off.
face.
Oh.
And do you remember what the surname of the dragon thing is?
Rock?
No.
What?
Kayla! You the one in the
sorry, but
coffin.
there's so many
One in the
dragons.
coffin that
Is
was
there
like,
one in the-
thank you, after we let it out, and it was like really evil and
Oh,
bad.
I've been wondering about that for like months.
You remember
What
what
was
his
that?
surname was? Someone who
No, I
remembers
don't
the surname,
remember.
go.
I don't remember
Ambara.
the name.
Wait,
Bara. What does Embara sound like? I'm
Emma-
waiting. Boom.
Wow. I'm sorry that everyone trampled all over your recap, Dora.
Holy cow.
That's okay. It probably
spiced
deserved
it
to be
up.
trampled over.
Yeah.
Wait, are you telling
So-
me? Okay, so just so I understand, there's a crown and
Go
there's names on the crown.
Yes.
And there's
Correct.
gems that were in the crown but are no longer in the crown.
We have
Yes,
one
because
of
the
them.
gems. We have one
We
of the
destroyed
gems. The
one of them.
gems are the aspects of big wizard demigod who has a name, and it's a
Starts
boy's
with
name.
an-
too.
Right.
Oh.
James.
So also, dang, my
Pietro.
this document is out of date.
Javier.
So do we have the crown, or does Maglin have the crown? And you guys
Maglin
tried to-
has the crown.
So we don't have the crown.
We have one of the gems, though, that he was trying to have. So he was trying to have the gem and the crown. You can't have your gem and eat it, too.
It's
You
true.
probably should need gems.
How did we know about the crown if
Jesse, listen.
he has it?
Cannot eat
Because
gems.
was
there
a
were-
Oh.
crown was here note.
Yeah, so we
You found it.
archaeologists have been
Me?
like cataloging.
I found it.
Yeah, we all
Yes.
just played your character. Our characters didn't do anything. It was like
Oh, dang.
we soloed Tio around for a while. It was...
How did he feel about that? How
You
did
have
he
a
feel
new
about
wife.
that?
You have a new wife
He,
now.
he felt anxious and generally
little
confused.
constipated.
Yeah. No, we cleared that out. We got a good Holly Nat 20'd that one. That's all out of your system.
All right. So to sew this all together, they went back to Vin Carradine to research
Oh,
this
boy.
at the tower. They found that the dwarves were very, very much about the archaeology and the cataloging of everything from the broken tower, and also past all that into the Undermountain. The party's there because they were instructed by Imbaran to go discover his works in his hand in a place he says was at the bottom of the tower or below the tower. The party misunderstood for a slight little bit and spent a lot of time at the top
We went up the tower.
of the tower.
We do.
They
We do like
did.
to do that,
They
don't
did.
we?
And they discovered that the place was very much cleaned up as best they could. There was no bone remnants there. But a lot of the items were laid out on tables, as archaeologists are wont to do, and listed with lots of paper as what they may or may not be, or who cataloged them, etc., etc. The missing spots were discovered by Tio, and the party then exited, found the archaeologists, asked them what was going on, started, putting two and two together, discovered there were 3 pieces of the crown that Doris described as rot, but it's rot. And it's a much bigger word than rot, but kind of sounds the same. And so they found those pieces had those names that you were just was just mentioned. There was a friendly dwarf. Let's see if I still have his name. He was helping. I probably do not. Oh, wait, no. I have other random notes across my own. So I print my notes out, but then I just write on the other side. It's not helpful. And so the archaeologists filled everything in, and they discovered that Maglin had access to the tower because Maglin is part of the Crimson Guard. And the Crimson Guard is very highly regarded in the Dwarven Kingdom, as Jardine is one of them. You also, last week, and which was glazed over, you heard the whole story of what happened to Aurelia in between. But you didn't because you weren't here.
But Tio was listening because he
But
cares.
Tio was there. Matter of fact, we all roleplayed Tio, pushing the party to go meet back up with Aurelia.
I'm so curious what that was like. I haven't listened to the recap yet.
If only it was
It's
recorded.
gold, let me tell you. It's just gold. The whole
You
thing.
were super misogynistic for most of it, though.
So where you stand now is exiting the archaeological area where the dwarves have been somewhat helpful after the party posed as people who had hired the Crimson Guard. And you're like, if anything, they work for us, was, I believe, the exact words.
Gislin actually believes that.
Maybe. But whether that can be objectively
We can objectify
proven or
them.
not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We were literally like, hey, we need to go to hell. Come be our portal bitch. And they were like, okay.
I'd love
Yeah,
to.
that's true.
they work for us.
We did all the heavy lifting. We
I'm
actually
a
went
big
to hell.
fan of this kind of history. It's great. Let's just say it this way. Perfect. And
This
so
is
here we are.
how history is told in these times without internet, without books.
So I think
We
we
need the
should
book.
go down from the tower. Because that was the original instruction that we have not yet followed.
Okay, I
Oh.
will follow that instruction. I think that's a good idea.
It's probably dangerous. Bottoms of towers are no joke, Tio.
It's true.
That's where the
The
tops
hell
of the
with that.
towers
We've
sit
been to
on.
hell and back. Multiple times.
Equaling 2. Yes.
Yes. Which
Okay,
is
so- So go. Would you like to travel to the base of the tower that the dwarves have described? You come upon a what appears to be a reinforced with wood archway. The wood is fresh. The dwarves have noted that there's a lot of crumble down here, and the passageways below are less than perfectly stable.
We should fit right
I
in.
wrote down wooden archway. Yes. Wooden archway. Just one more out of
The
character
Arc
aside.
Fae
Yeah.
comes and says, I am wooden.
Why are we not going immediately to find Maglin to get this crown?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
We found out like 5 minutes ago.
Also, how is that gonna go?
Because we
think-
just left there and
How would that might play out?
we still have that thing
Hang on
we
a
stole
second.
from him.
Oh, Maglin, you wanna hand over that ground for us?
It's-
You
she
don't.
disappears
She
into
just
the
walks
woods.
into the meadow.
We're juveniles. That's what we are. It's great.
Oh, she's back from the meadow. What was going on? I think we should continue to go through the archway and ignore Maglin for the moment.
I agree.
Because there's nothing that we can do about it, and next time we see him, we'll just kill him.
Oh,
And take back the swords.
Maybe
the ground.
maybe
Maybe
there,
just-
maybe there's a slightly less burned, scorched earth is the phrase I'm looking for. Way we could go about this.
That's how
Burned
things grow
earth.
back. Well,
What?
Not usually.
Mine-
Not always. Sometimes
mine's
things
on
are
the
just
task
dead.
At hand at the moment. We need to figure out what's here, and then figure out just how dangerous Imbaran is, or how steadily he's declining. He looked fine, did not look interested particularly in the gem, which I revealed to him.
But you flashed before him.
I did flash him with the gem.
You did.
That's rude.
With my gem.
All right, you're wearing pants.
I was wearing pants the entire time.
It's okay then.
Unusual.
Flashing is fine as long as you're wearing pants. At least this far west. Not sure about
The archway that you stand before and have this amazing conversation is indeed one of those cut into stone, rounding the base of the tower, dug out a bit since, and what you're looking at is a very roughly hewn reinforced doorway, as it is clearly not of original dwarven make. It looks like it's utilitarian only.
Well,
There is slight rubble upon the ground.
As in, like, people who aren't normally underground built this tunnel.
No, I mean Barney Rubble. He's
Oh.
right there on the ground. Yes, yes. There's lots of people that are above this tunnel. If you're up on the lowest level of the tower that you have fought bugbears and earth elementals in, etc., etc.
I
Okay.
walk into the tower.
And this tower is in. It's not the tower we encountered the earth elemental in, correct? It's the one. It's like in the castle or in that area
The
with the castle.
Deerbone Tower.
It is the Deerbone Tower. Okay, so we're at the very bottom of that tower.
I might have the old map of the base of the map. Let's see.
Okay.
I
And have
might.
we have not been here before, correct?
I do. Let's take
No,
a
okay, just
remembering.
make sure I know nowhere.
This is from
going on?
yestertimes.
Oh man, this was quite the fight.
Oh, this is the elemental one, though, right? Yeah.
And the elemental was found in this
Elemental's off the
broken
map.
reed. And is now off. Yeah, it was.
Remember when we were afraid of
Wow, it's so weird seeing the old icons.
Oh no, we can't do that. All right, well, away it goes. But that helps remember, yeah?
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah.
We found the gem in that room with the skull, right?
Yeah.
That ruby
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it looked like it had killed other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And we just touched that gem with our bare hands.
Yeah.
Is it because we're high level now, or is it because it's okay to touch?
Because we're dumb.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes
always,
you just gotta touch
Yeah.
stuff. That's how stuff happens.
it's always okay to touch.
Okay.
As long as
In
you're
the
wearing
end, if you
pants.
don't value your own life, there's almost nothing that can stop you.
There's nothing in my way now that I have no
I
self-preservation.
take another
instinct.
step into the tower. And
As
then
you
another
start
one.
to
Yo, we'll
and
follow
another
Move
you.
down. This is a corridor that has maybe about a 20% graded descent.
That's
as you-
so
As
steep.
as you're walking through this roughly carved out passageway, it's still about a 5x5 mechanically, but it is rough in parts. The floor is uneven, and you can tell maybe a long time ago there were stairs that were carved at the bottom of this that has since turned into lumpy ramp.
I'll follow
um,
Gislin.
As you move forward, I would like to know if there is a marching order, as you cannot and do not have the space to stand side by side.
I will go.
Not
This
even if
one's
we hold
first.
hands?
And Tio.
Gislin, Tio, the rest of you just close the
Me.
door. Oh, okay.
Davris.
All right. That just leaves you, Aurelia, but you don't have to go. You could totally
I'll go.
stay at the top with bowling balls. Go! You descend the entire radius of the circle that is the tower. It's a long curving. You can feel it. You're going deeper and deeper underneath. You finally, it opens up to a platform. The platform is about 20 foot wide, about 10 foot deep, and it comes to foundation brickwork. The brickwork is well, here centered is in the brickwork is quite the ornate stone door. There appears to be some dwarven paper hanging from the door. Does anyone read dwarven?
It's a great question. Let me check my character sheet.
Fascinating.
I don't think I read common.
Proficiencies.
I think I do.
I
I do
don't.
speak Dwarven.
But do you read
Wow.
it? Or are you
I
just
do
like,
read Dwarven.
"Oh, I'd like
Yeah.
to know more languages if I can just get away with not reading. Thanks for keeping all those separate and not easily in one little.
No, it's
Totally
so I can
keep
make
that
a,
on one
Why
line.
are they all
Make a-
separate?
so I can make a bleep for each one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I have some bleeps. All right, so
Cadavers and Tio together can speak most of the languages available. That's super cool.
well,
I sure none of your language.
Cadaver squints there in the dark as no light source is available, and nobody had mentioned.
I don't
Davris
need
lights a
light.
torch.
Ah!
And
Wait, I can
immediately, Gislin's
No.
class features are like, "Fuck."
No, before you do
Excuse me,
that,
you're
Cadavers,
here.
I
Right, already-
will. Never mind. I'm not gonna do anything.
Before
do
you do
that.
that, wait. Okay, go ahead. And so the torch reveals the paper to the people who do not have dark vision. The scrolled in Dwarvish is a Dwarvish warning, and it says likely arcane traps.
It says
All right.
probably going to be some arcane traps.
All right.
You go first, Gislin.
There's like
I'll be
3
back here.
initials down there. Like somebody apparently was like, yeah, okay, I check off on that.
Peer reviewed.
All right, well, let's open the door.
He said, I'll go behind you just in case.
Shouldn't we check the door for traps?
If this door was trapped, they would say this door is trapped. I assume that
It does make sense.
they've opened it. Where's your adventurous spirit? I opened the door.
The door is a bit heavy and not completely, or maybe a bit too completely flush with the floor and requires some strength to open.
Jesse,
I will open it.
You're like, oh, effort. No, go, Jesse. Jesse, I need a strength check.
I would help you, but I know you like to do these things on your own.
I don't need help.
If I was gonna trap this hallway, I think I would do a lightning bolt.
So the first thing you do is start pushing with Jesse might, just like getting, no, open. And it opens maybe about a foot. And then you hear this stone scratching on stone sound as the bottom comes to a abrupt halt, as if there might be a pebble or some sort of impediment on the other side of what you're pushing. And it is dragging across the ground. So everyone, likely even all the way up to where the dwarves are in their archaeological, can hear the grinding when you push the door. And then you've hit on something. It's snagged.
If it's a rock, can I move it?
So it's on the other side of a door that you
Oh,
cannot get by.
I'm pushing. Okay, got it. Can I just try and push again?
I will allow it for one more attempt, but if it does fail, it looks like you're going to have to come with creative ways.
Can lay my hand on Jesse's shoulder.
I should have actually done advantage on the last roll because I have bear totem, but I'll do it this time.
Gonna lay my hand on Jesse's shoulder. Don't fuck this up. I have a feeling it'll be your last chance.
Please account for the resource you're using.
I will.
Well, I think I won't fuck up.
Language.
You fucked
No.
up.
Does your bear totem give you advantage on strength checks or athletic checks, or both?
It is. Let me find it for you.
Strength checks.
Oh,
when you're pushing and
shoot.
Pulling, I think.
Aspect of the beast. Blum 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 blum. Advantage on strength checks. May to push,
Perfect.
pull, lift, or break.
That is exactly the kind of strength check that you are trying to apply this to. So with a 19, you start pushing.
I don't know
You hear-
what the is it
It's a
8?
6.
No,
It's
she
or
has
an- it's-
advantage.
Yes, but she rolled an 8 and then she rolled a 6. Oh wait, that was the first one.
No. The second attempt
Yeah,
was
yeah, this
correct.
second, yeah.
So with the 19, you hear that scrape of stone. It's really loud and high pitched for a sec, and then a bit of a break, as whatever was there has clearly pushed and shattered.
Was that your bone?
And
Are
then you push
all
the
right?
door the rest of the way open, and it's that same incremental to finally open it all the way, and the passage lays before you. It is brickwork passage, although nobody would believe this is dwarven brickwork. It's once again ancient. It's full of clear mortar issues, as there's lines that are very, very deep in some of the stones, and likely if you just pick at it, some of those bricks would fall away from whatever it was made into. On the side, the brickwork includes a lot of floor as well. That's a brick tile. And the ceiling, which is kind of pocked as lots of the bricks have fallen in the hallway above. The first thing you notice is a blue little font of light about 30 feet down this hallway.
I'll do a rodeo bow. Take
It's-
my hat off.
A rodeo bow. Okay.
It's more like a skip to your loo, I'm sure.
If
but
you've never seen it, you can look up. Never mind.
I won't. I refuse.
Can I try to take a guess at what that might be? A little light.
A
From
rodeo.
where I'm
So
at.
there's a little dim light. It's floating in the middle of the 5-foot corridor.
Okay.
Behind it is nothing. You cannot see behind it. The dim light somehow is interrupting any kind of vision between you and what's past it. But it doesn't appear to be like a globe of darkness. It does appear to be like just the light is messing with your ability to see.
Okay.
Is that
Yes, and I saw you draw your bow. Would you like to try to shoot it before we go in?
It's usually the best idea, isn't it? For all
I think that-
problems?
In this situation, I am not opposed to that at all.
Fireball. Yes.
Just to be clear, there are many situations where this would not be a good idea.
Yes, just to emphasize that
Just to emphasize,
this is not a transferable leap of logic.
this is a one-time thing.
This is your ticket to shoot before we know what's down there.
Can I redeem that ticket later on a different?
No,
issue?
it's just.
It expires in 5 minutes.
I will attempt to shoot this object.
You may do so with an attack roll.
16.
You strike the object. I have should have had this ready. Let's go with the material strength stuff.
Can I get people kind of ushered out of the way so that they're not immediately in range of whatever might come rushing out of this tunnel?
It's like 20 feet away from us. It's fine.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
What has ever had more of a radius than 20 feet? I don't think there's any effect in D&D that has a range of longer than that.
Mhm.
Nothing I can think of.
So after Tio has pushed people out of the way,
Roll the damage,
other side of
please.
the door.
Doink.
It's pretty awesome that 6 is the minimum damage I can do.
So, the font of light does seem to have a physical impact to it, and you can clearly hear the ricochet of the arrow as it passes past it, cutting into it, doing a good bit. It sounds like you may have hit a wall as well, or maybe that's just echoey. But in response to it, a few bricks immediately fall, almost too coincidentally, over Gislin. Oh, that didn't get to update. It's 5, not 15. There you go. I need a DC 16 saving throw as large, excessively heavy bricks. And so, even though the successful save would mean completely avoiding it, you do take 16 points of damage, knowing that the size of what did fall could have been much worse. As that is a low roll.
Are you all right, Gislin? I thought that we'd be safe back here, but I guess not. No more coupons to renew.
Looking up at
not doing that again.
the ceiling, there appears to be no shortage of additional bricks, but there's quite the hole above you. It's almost as if bricks were thrown up above the ceiling that was created nicely, and there's just a jumble of bricks and rock in the hole, maybe 3-foot hole. It would have sucked to take that on the head directly. You definitely got hit though.
I don't think the ceiling likes you.
So it's just
It's mutual.
not like in a sack or anything. It's just loose.
Literally, the ceiling itself came down,
Oh, okay.
including some chunks of rock behind it, revealing more bricks, but haphazardly thrown bricks, not the brickwork of the normal ceiling or wall itself, as if bricks were mixed into the whatever it's holding up. It's a strange look.
This like goes throughout the whole ceiling.
Well, the rest of the ceiling only has minor falls. You're not even sure all of it that just came down was the entirety of the hole. It could have been just about half of what was there.
Can I step back out from... So we've opened a door into this like hallway. Is that essentially...
Yes, correct.
So can I step outside of the hallway and look through the door and shoot this thing?
You may.
I recommend perhaps backing up.
I'll back up.
You have a bit of
Back up
a
appearance.
wide platform that shows against the big wall, and that's where the door sits. And so that's where you were. This is where.
I will try to plink it again.
I have stepped back.
I will also step back.
I'll also step back.
You hit. You may roll the damage,
Plink.
and in doing so, it looks like you have broken whatever is holding the light up. However, in a clear display of arcane power, you see that the rubble that has already fallen in front of you disappears and appears above you.
Oh shoot.
The ceiling really doesn't like you.
Outside of the corridor, appearing about 15 feet above you, and you manage to step out of your the way. There's 0 damage on a success. You have destroyed the implement, however, at the far end.
Not what I expected to happen. I've never seen a trap like that before.
Fun times. Shall we?
Yes.
Whatever it was is broken.
The rest of the corridor opens up past whatever it was that was holding up this mode of light. It extends another 30 feet to the edge of your dark vision. I believe Gislin has 90 foot. Is that right?
1,000,000 feet of dark vision.
You do.
I have 60 feet of dark vision if that changes anything.
I have 90.
So as you just step into the corridor, it doesn't take long for you to see that at the far end, about around 100 foot actually. So you just start your exploration of the hallway, is another doorway. This one is a little more ornate with carvatures and etceteras on it, but still at the far end as you want to traverse the hallway first. Do you have any
I'm going to put up detect magic.
method?
No, we never use methods.
I know you don't, but I want to give you an opportunity to.
I think perhaps just one of us should go forward.
Undo it.
I have detect magic up using a spell slot because I don't want to wait 10 minutes.
You know, I usually like it when you do your rituals because it gives me a chance to eat before we do something dangerous.
If you don't mind waiting, I'm happy to put everything out and do it the long way. And I'll do it the long way immediately.
It's like getting dinner in a show, watching you do rituals.
Is it really that fascinating?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I will do it for you, Jesse, and he'll
You're the-
take great pride in doing the ritual.
You're the best.
You do get kind of glowy.
And
I know Gislin gets impatient, but it's all right. I like to stop and eat for a while.
Sometimes it's good. I think it's good for Gislin to be impatient occasionally.
I will eat 9 good berries while this is happening.
Yop, 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 yop.
Okay.
Please account for that resource. And your detect magic does go off in 10 minutes and 6 seconds.
He's like chuckling.
So the first thing your detect magic notices is that there is conjuration magic throughout the hallway, as if each brick has a little bit.
Bricks.
The rest is blocked by 1 foot of stone, which is each brick.
Okay. Can I go to a hole that has lost its brick and see if...
The hole above, right there in the beginning where Gislin was first targeted,
Okay.
looking up, there appears to be bricks, like I said, haphazardly placed amongst the rock and whatnot. Those also contain conjuration magic.
Okay. Can I take my quarterstaff and poke it?
You can.
I'm gonna do that.
Could you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
I don't really know what we expected here.
I don't know
Oh,
if something would happen.
This is a hole in the ceiling. The bricks fell from here. Ha ha!
You wouldn't be a scientist if you didn't touch things.
That's what makes science.
If you just shout for science, it makes everything okay.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to roll a dexterity saving throw in here.
Under saving.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, and so tapping some of the rubble, you've quickly realized that it is very loose and starts to come down. Now this I didn't expect to have to do once you've destroyed the focus, but please roll me a secondary dexterity saving throw because you did trigger the trap, but the trap itself does also require a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
My goodness.
Boom. And you are now covered in mostly not magic bricks, but rather the stonework above, which is fractured
Shame.
and cracked,
Okay.
as it just comes lumping down on you like out of a ancient like 50s Tom and Jerry cartoon. Just thump, 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 thump.
Okay.
Are you? The ceiling also doesn't like you. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I don't know what I thought would happen, but it wasn't supposed to be just that. I'm fine. I'm gonna come back over.
Please account for the damage.
So
Can I see anything else?
don't poke the ceiling again, but whenever you're done, you just let me know and I'll go on across the hall there.
You go ahead and go. I will follow you.
You can't help but notice that there's like echoey sounds of the remaining little bits of dust falling. And that same noise is happening throughout the whole corridor, as if the whole thing was very, very, very old, and as a trap that's set to collapse, is ready to collapse.
Okay.
Go, 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 go,
You
go.
shouldn't follow me. Give me that torch. And I'm going to go. And I'm taking
Chariots
the
of
torch.
fire, let's go. Dun-dun-dun. All right, so
I need that to see.
I stole your torch.
give me that. So
This is why Jesse is my best friend.
Jesse's gonna slowly, carefully, gingerly walk through the corridor, or mad dash.
I'm going to say mad dash.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That
I don't know why that was a question.
is, well, I didn't want to presume.
What did you disarm the traps with? Hit points.
So why don't you disarm them with our barbarian?
Jesse,
This is Brother Ram. This is.
This is
your speed is what, 40 around?
Yes.
Fantastic. As you go running down the hall like a mad Jesse, the torch you have to keep a little lower. This is a lowish ceiling. It's 6-7 foot tall maybe, but it's you don't have to link that yet.
And just in case,
So the first thing I would like you to do is do a dexterity saving throw that you cannot see coming,
Okay.
much like Kayla's first one. I'm sorry, Tio. I should say Tio's first.
19.
19.
Say his name.
Okay. So as you go thumping, everyone just kind of watches in that way they watch Jesse go. And
like a proud parent.
there's just nothing but dust coming out of the ceiling behind Jesse. And there's quite a little bit of a cloud because Jesse had to run over fresh rubble, as well as down this ancient passageway. And as you
So I
get
look
to-
majestic, is
as
what you're
you get
saying.
to the halfway mark, it's just really cloudy and dusty, and it does not fall just yet. You get to the halfway point, and you see appears to be a small crystalline shard that's been shattered. It doesn't look like it's some sort of gemstone so much as like fancy glass.
It's not glowing.
It's no longer glowing.
Oh, I don't care then. All right.
Okay. You keep running to the far end. I would like one additional saving throw, as you cannot make it in one trip this 100-foot passage.
Seeing or no seeing?
This is a no-see. This is to see if you've done
Blind.
enough to cause it to collapse.
No, I roll for.
Okay, I see that. And it's an interesting way that you say that, because this is the one I'm going to have to make a drop on you.
Okay.
And so now this is something you can see. This is absolutely something you can see.
Oh, if you rolled
That
a
includes
one.
a 1, but other rolls were high. So,
So
that's
I
a lot of
do.
damage.
This one I can see. You said yes.
Can the stream see that? At least the chat?
Oh, I made it. All right, I can take half of that.
Switch over to the. Since there are rolls happening.
There are rolls happening, and the map is about to be loaded, but. And so, with that, you've made your saving throw and you've dodged out of the way.
Is that a no damage or a yes half damage?
0 damage.
Oh,
This trap is not the kind that has like AoE damage. There's no splash damage. It's you're hit by the brick or you're not.
okay.
Good
to know.
Yeah, that's how I live my life. So, anyway,
I usually
you've
get hit by
finally
bricks.
gotten to the far end, and you're now standing in front of an ornate-looking door that has a lot of dragons carved into it in some sort of mural, as if there were 5 heads with 1 butt. No. No, you just see what appears to be dragons flying in a circular pattern, as if you were top down looking at a valley or something, but you're looking at it sideways. So you're seeing the tops of dragons flying, and there appears to be some sort of terrain. The stone is very, very old, and the details are starting to fade. Some of the corners that were likely very sharp and detailed are now dull and entropy.
Is there an echo in here?
There's nothing but the sound of dust and crumble behind you, as large chunks of stone now sit in the path behind you, just barely behind you too, because let's say it's like 70 or 80 foot into this hallway. That last chunk came down and you dodged out of the way, using your advantage only way you got out of that one. But you can make it echoey if you want.
Well, I'm trying to. I won't yell it yet. Hold on. I'll just say it normally. There's a door, with dragons flying.
Speak up. We
Do I-
can't hear you. You're very far away, Jesse.
There's a door with dragons flying.
Real dragons?
The noise doesn't
It's
cause
a
any more
picture.
cave-ins.
Picture of dragons?
Yeah, they're flying.
How many of them?
Jesse, what's your passive perception, please?
9. I told you not to look. It's 9.
There are 3 dragons.
Free. 3.
Free!
Got
There's
it.
a free dragon?
3 of them.
Good job.
That may mean
Do-
5. She gets
do they-
confused with those two. So.
3 does look
5,
like
sir.
5 in
5.
certain scripts.
That's the
Do they have color on them? Tio has like a polite yell somehow.
Could you, for the audience at home, really, not for me, but for them, could you give us an example of a polite yell?
Are there colors on them?
That's a yell? Okay. I see.
Uh,
you may respond to this politeness echoing down the.
You gotta sound like my mama when you yell more. Did you say color?
Yes.
Is there color?
You turn and look, and it is stonework and has no color to it.
Gray.
Okay. Does it seem like I can come over there and join her?
It does seem like you could travel the passage to her if you wanted to. There are large bits of stuff you have to walk over now in two distinct areas. Yours and almost all the way at the other end. That being
Okay.
said, you watched her literally almost child run where they're like, and a lot of that stuff, all of the dust that came down was throughout. So there's likely a chance that you will also once again find yourself dodging brick.
Looking at it, does it look like it's like a big button? Like if I were to press it in, it would move? Or does it look like I mean, it's a door, right? Does it have a handle?
It is a doorway, and it does have a large stone handle. It's one of these long banister-looking handles. To open it up like this.
Oh, okay.
Although you don't
Cool.
see a crack in the seal, it's likely the seal where the dragons are will open on the one side, and there'll be an indentation on the other side.
Should I open it?
Yes.
I open the door.
Okay. And with that, let's give you a map, shall we?
This is why we brought a cleric.
Dun, dun, dun. Jesse.
We see everything.
Cool music.
Yes, because it's well lit.
Are we supposed to see all the thing?
Can I shut the door?
Yes, you're supposed to see that.
Okay.
Now,
We're at the top.
you are 100 feet away from where I'm about to
We're
place
not at the top.
Jesse.
I was just saying to like put the stream where Jesse is.
Where is Jesse's? Oh, I minimized characters. I see what I did. All right, so Jesse, here's your character. Bloop. You are technically outside the doorway itself. I don't know why I just drew on you, so let me get that. Oop. There you go. And you've just pushed open this large double door. The chamber itself is lit with torches along all of the walls. You appear to be on the upper level of the beginning area of a very staircase 30 foot away. There's lights to your left and right, but you don't see necessarily all the details. But I'm just going to let the map be shown because the dynamic lighting nowadays is, I have to work on that. I haven't spent enough time to know exactly what I need to do because the old style is going away, et cetera, et cetera. However,
But I can
the
see
notable
everything.
thing is that there are moving rocks here. A very familiar looking creature, almost identical in nature to the earth elemental you remember being at this tower. You see light coming, technically only the light. There's a great deal of it in this area, as if a fire or a bonfire were raging. You can see all the lights of the torchlight on the sides of the walls. You can see at the very far end, there appears to be a figure, much like a wizard might look.
Doesn't look like
He is standing in what appears to be a magical circle drawn upon the great dais. Now, each level change where there are stairs, if you were, for example, Jesse wanted to jump off the side, it's a 10-foot drop. So if you wanted to jump off this stair here, 30 feet south of you, to the left, it would be 10 foot down. And then if you ran all the way down to the bottom, but just jump down the stairs to the second level where this thing is, that would also be a 10-foot drop. And et cetera, et cetera. And then the stairs going up toward him is 10 foot. And then the final dais stairs is only 5 foot up because it's not quite as big. You understand? Or is that?
I do.
All right.
I
So
understand.
there we have it. This is a very interesting chamber as the figure is looking into this glowing orb of mote of light. It is very similar looking to what you saw in the passageway nearby. And he just cocks his head and As you were unceremoniously Jesse, he definitely heard you.
Uh-huh.
Slowly turns and looks at you. He
And
appears to be human.
What about the rock guy?
The rock guy seems to be very much standing there, animate. It is moving slightly as if it were in an idle pose on an MMO.
Okay.
Just kind of slowly moving. And
Idle
the same
animation.
exact thing.
From here, does it look like a wizard? I
5
know.
to 10 minutes until it auto logs you off. So, does it look like a wizard? He's adorned in what you would consider wizard's clothing.
In a wizard, I know 2 wizards.
He is neither of those 2 wizards.
Okay. I just real fast. This is the way I want it to go. I want to shut the door real fast and then yell down the hall, and then I want to open the door again. And what I want to yell down the hall is, "There's a big rock guy here. You remember big rock guy? He's down here. And then there's this other guy. He's a wizard-like guy. All right, I'm open the door again. If you want to come, you can come." I think that covers my
Just
tracks.
out of character. What was closing the door for?
So the guy wouldn't hear me.
You
Okay.
just know that guy is standing on the other side of the door, like listening to this slightly muffled, like.
He hears everything.
But not in Jesse's mind. Jesse's mind, she's completely cut off that option, all right? He
It's a
doesn't
very
hear a
vivid
thing.
mental image.
And then I
So-
opened the door back up.
As that action has taken place, as amazing and true to Jesse as it could be,
Mhm.
as you open back up the door, you may notice that this thing is now here.
Oh no.
And he reaches out and places his hand back behind him upon the orb. And
Ha!
like has the most puzzled look upon his face.
I'm
You're-
Jesse.
To interact.
Yeah.
Who you speaking with? As he's what, 80, 100 feet from you, maybe?
Yeah, I'm speaking to him from
Let's
here.
use that thing. Oh yeah. About
Is he
100 from
wrong?
you.
Hi, I'm Jesse. You weren't what I was expecting to see down here. How you doing today? Good. I believe I've met your rock friend before. What you doing over there? You been down here long? Would you like to split some jerky with me? Actually, I take that back. I don't want to split my jerky with you.
That's in character. No, I
Yeah.
take that back. So
I got
waiting.
some dried fruit.
He goes. He starts speaking in a very strange accent. And after about the first few words make no sense, like gleep, glorp, whatever, it starts changing slowly. And finally he's like, "And now step inside."
He's telling me to step inside?
Yeah, apparently was there a whole sentence involved, but
Oh.
you only heard "and now step inside."
All right.
The rest of the party sees Jessie with her torch enter the chamber. The chamber itself isn't unlit, so you can see the light of the area she's going into, but it is distant down the corridor of lumpy bricks. You can kind of make out a movement past Jessie. There's not much detail from this great distance. You know, what am I looking at? Well, something's moving over there. Maybe it's a wall. It's hard to say. And beyond that, you notice that the fragments of crystal in the middle section of your hallway begin to once again glow, although they are not suspended and they are on the ground.
Should we be doing
We need to
something?
be over there with her, but I don't know how to get there without having rocks fall on our heads.
Well,
Maybe if we go more gently, we won't disturb the rocks.
I still have detect magic up. Does that help me see any kind of like where things are, or is it just like everything's glowing slightly and it all looks the same?
All of the bricks have a very dim conjuration magic, as if they are tied to what was once that mode of light. Conjuration
Okay.
magic is still intact.
is there a way
Okay.
you can turn it off, Tia?
I can, but I'm worried that things will fall down if I do that because that might be what's holding up the whole tower. And I'm not an architect,
But I know geometry.
but I do know geometry and divine math, of course.
New math, they call it.
Called NU. Oh dear.
Well,
I want to do dispel magic, but I'm worried that it will be very bad if we do that. That was in character, sorry.
do you want
We
me to
gotta do something.
try to be light of foot and go across, or send Aurelia across?
I can be light of foot. I'm very small.
After you. If you get into trouble, lead whatever it is up towards
I
the
will-
doorway, and I'll be able to shoot it from here.
I will bless you before you go, though. And I lay my hand on your head, and I bless you.
Thanks.
Cool.
And I also bless Gizlin and Cadavers just because I can. Myself. Gizlin and myself because Cadavers can handle himself.
I would like to know your top speed and how far you choose to move. And let's say, as opposed to double move, mad dash across the Jesse terrain.
My top speed is 45 feet. And I'm not gonna madcap dash. I'm gonna try to gently pick my way across and not disturb anything.
Okay. Could you give me a saving throw with advantage?
I will do this when I've located my saving throws.
Dexterity saving throw is.
Dexterity. Why is this not doing advantage? I am just gonna roll it twice.
I don't see any roll.
Did that go?
I'm going to say yes, but only twice.
24 plus a d4.
Are we waiting on the D4 or are you just saying 24 is good enough? Because
I'm
it is. It's
I
fun.
presume.
So you have gone 45 feet toward your goal. You've gotten your full movement without mad dashing, and there appears to be no sign of collapse, although you are relatively 5 foot away from glowing bits of shard on the ground.
Looking down at it, can I I don't want to touch it, and I don't want to get closer, but can I kind of figure out, right, can I take any sort of guess at what it is?
It does look to be like it was some sort of sculpted glass.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay
Although
away
what
from
it
it.
would have been before, as it was suspended midair with the glowy, that's gone.
Would have been beautiful, but we had to shoot it.
We just had to. We had no
We had to
choice.
shoot it.
Okay, everyone else is waiting, looking at Aurelia traverse the passage of fun.
Seems
Aurelia
fine.
seems to be okay. Jesse, back to you for a second.
Mhm.
This person, let's say, appears to teleport to
Ooh.
this square,
Uh-huh.
just like, and
Ooh.
That would be so scary to see.
this creature lumbers forward slowly, but does take a step to the side.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's like, "Come, let us converse." And then he kind of looks past you into the hall. Oh.
I'm gonna, do like a big old body block stretch in the hallway.
Well, nothing behind me.
Yeah.
But my back. Oh, my back.
You gonna? Well, I introduced myself. I don't know if you heard me or not.
Yes, come. There's places to sit, right? And he gestures off to his left, which is the left of the screen as well. It's like there's small tables and we can sit and speak and introduce ourselves properly. And he seems to be pleased with the idea. Like, oh, look, convenient.
Uh-huh. Who's your friend here? We didn't talk before. It was actually, I don't know how long ago that was.
Oh, that's just the doorman. Let him shut the door.
What if I want to leave it open?
Well, then you'll have to exit. I can't be disturbed.
Well, is that a trick answer?
Clearly.
All right. Well, Jesse.
Yes, come.
Oh, this is usually where
Weird
you tell
name.
me your name.
Once we sit and I know the place is secure, I'm slightly cautious as there appears to be others trying to work their way into here.
Oh yeah, they're my friends.
Well, they can wait. I suggest they wait. Quietly, though, I did hear some tumbling.
Oh, that was me. I'm
You look not so bad, so.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm not as my other friend is. She says she's graceful. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm not that.
Well, let's come to learn about each other. Come sit.
All right, but hey there, Rocky. You don't shut that door now, you hear? All right.
And with that, it moves here
Hey,
and here.
what's his real name? Because he didn't answer to Rocky. Don't shut that door.
That creature has no name. It is conjured.
Oh, you should name it. If you name things, they're nicer to you, and they like it. Like my name's Jesse, so you should tell me your name.
Once we're seated, please.
I don't know.
A little bit of decorum. And we're going to stop with the Jesse side of things. Aurelia,
Can I hear any of this conversation?
What's your passive?
My passive.
Ridiculous, I see.
Hi.
It's 18
Perception
on your
is
list.
18, yes.
Yeah, okay. So you have absolutely, you're catching some words like, what if I don't want to? And stuff like that. And then my friends and all. You hear mostly Jesse's. Jesse's very loud and clear and distinct. And you know Jesse's voice. There is another voice in there. It's much more reserved. It's certainly not booming down the hallway as if it wasn't standing. Most of that conversation had Jesse 10 or 15 feet from the doorway, which would echo nicely. But the person that's speaking to Jesse is nowhere near that. So only a little bit's making it into so you can hear Jesse's side of that.
Okay. And can I see, does the earth elemental shut the door?
No question. There's an earth elemental standing in the doorway at this moment.
She's just she's been walking
you recognize it.
Yeah.
You're like,
she's been walking very, very gently and very quietly, and she just kind of freezes, and then without turning around, just eye contact locked with the elemental, just it says back down the hallway, I think Jesse's negotiating.
Oh no. What
We're in grave danger.
Also, there's a rock, man.
We have to go down there. Do I dispel magic now, or do I wait, or?
Is the elemental attacking me?
the elemental has not moved from the doorway itself, and it looks like it is almost too big to go into the very hallway. Were to squeeze into the hallway itself, collapse would be imminent. It doesn't look like it's attempting that. It looks like it is now just a barrier in the way.
I don't think we can fit through the doorway anymore.
Is it just standing there?
Yep.
Can you see anyone behind it?
Nope. Just dirt. Just a dirt person.
Okay.
It's the weaker of the earth elementals. It's just mud and dirt. I wish I was powerful as rock. Oh crap! I have to. I'm compelled.
We need to get down there, but I don't know what to do. You all know that I'm terrible at snap judgments.
mean, do you want me to punch the earth elemental?
No. I don't know what she's negotiating or who she's negotiating with.
I mean, I can hit
It's
it from
Jesse,
here.
so not.
I'm gonna
She's
polymorph
not.
myself into a mouse.
Please link the polymorph. Just
I
want
will
to know
do
if there's sort of like a. Well, it'd be nice to see it. And then you've polymorphed it. So you've gotten your action. I've allowed for a lot of blah 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 blah. Does anyone else want to add to this right before we go back to the Jesse half of things?
No.
Excellent. Excellent. I will
And
take
my
that
intention
note.
is to polymorph into a mouse and skitter up the hallway past the.
You can do that, and actually, there are no saving throws in doing so. Concentration.
small
up
for a
Because
to-
saving
Gizlin picks you up and throws you the length.
All I know is that Ant-Man was on top of an arrow, so that can be done. You just put the mouse on the arrow.
I've killed mice
You
with
just
arrows
skewered the
before.
mouse on the arrow and then.
No, not that way. Jeez, so dark. Jesse, come sit.
Travis, put
yeah.
it back up.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna continue rambling on about, how
Jesse,
you should name
you
your
can't
pets.
help but notice the font here, right there.
Times New
Mhm.
Roman.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna resize some things so you can have a good look at what it might look like. I'm just gonna go to the map and mess that up. Never mind. I'll just do that instead.
Jesse, I'm sorry I drew your head so much bigger than the other guy's head.
Hey, I like my big head.
I can't seem to. Why can't I
I mean,
select
it's
it?
not
on
bigger than the elementals.
either layer?
He's mostly head.
Okay, I'm gonna let you zoom in. So there appears to be a small, for lack of a better word, pyramid-shaped diamond-looking structure made from stone. Apparently something's inside because at the very top of it there's a bit of a hole, and it's smoking. And this smoke
Is this here? What?
right? Is it not on the right layer?
It might not
Hold
be
on,
the
let me
right
look at the
layer.
stream. Is it just not on the right? Oh yeah, you guys don't see it at all. Oh,
Okay.
well, then I know what
I was
layer it's
like,
on.
I'm zoomed all the way in, and I'm like, what is he talking about?
This looks like a
He's-
paper bag.
Just
He-
look
He-
nice.
one in his
what he's
hand,
talking about
honestly.
is layers, and layers always confuse him.
Oh, that thing.
Oh.
Okay. Alright,
Well, that
gotcha.
changes everything.
That changes
It does.
everything.
Okay,
All right.
so I was like, why can't you see this? I'm like, why is this? Let me take a look at the stream. Is that both parts? There's two parts.
I see smoke.
yeah,
and a
no, that's
thing.
good. Good, perfect. So it did take both. Sometimes. I
Okay.
only- and so that's definitely concerning. As the thing on top is burning something. The smoke is kind of swirly and wispy and whatnot. And this guy sits down. He walks right through it. Sits down there on the end.
I'll sit right there.
He goes.
So,
I haven't had a good opportunity to orient myself to this place, but I am discovering its secrets slowly and surely. I'm from what you probably won't understand to be another world.
is it made of food?
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
Do you live in a giant meatball? Because that sounds really good right now.
Are you mocking?
No, I'm being. That's a real question.
Did you traverse that dangerous hallway just to come to this arcane room and be indignant?
Well, I don't know what that means, but I did cross the hallway, and I opened the door, and you and Rocky are standing in there, and you like went like half the length of the room, and you were like, bam, and then you're like, Rocky, or no, you're like, come in, and then you're like, Rocky, go over there.
You
and
don't have to
stand in the door.
recap the last half of a minute.
I'm just saying what I know.
Close the door. And
No,
you can
I have
hear
friends out
the
there.
door starting to shut as the
No.
elemental has closed the door. He goes,
Did
let us
cadavers
start.
squeak on
Cadavers would have gotten the full dash speed. No, polymorphs in action. Would have gotten one move action of a mouse. I don't know that mouses move 30 because they're tiny.
Mouse. 5e. It's gonna have to be a rat.
It might have to be a rat.
Rats move 20. It's gotta
Well,
be a mouse.
you've gotten 20 feet down.
it? Isn't,
wait.
why didn't you throw it?
I could have
Shoot
shot you 600 feet.
If you ricochet the shot off the ground first and then hit the mouse, you might propel it to.
Can I try?
If I'm mouse folk, I'm 25 feet.
Mouse folk.
I don't know.
What about
Basil the
you?
Great Mouse
You should have been
Detective.
slippery penguin.
Oh, I should have been slippery penguin.
Okay, well, penguins aside, or penguinis if you're.
Cadavers, happy feet.
Um,
I mean, I think Jesse's probably fine. We can just sit this
Jesse,
one out.
he turns to you with a very stern look and says, "If you do not take this seriously, I will not take you seriously and remove the problem."
Oh, serious. All right, I can be serious. Is that your name? Serious?
What am I, a Snape? No.
I don't know. You
No,
you
that's
said
not-
once we sit down, you tell me your name.
As I was beginning to introduce myself, I am from another world.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself in this place quite by accident.
Me too.
I'm finding things out about where I am and how I came to be here. My name is.
Oh,
May I?
yeah.
My name is Pelino.
Pelino, that's a good name, you know. I don't think I've ever heard that name anywhere else in my life. That's very unique.
It is likely a cultural difference.
Yes. Exactly. Because I know what cultural means.
Imagine you're an astronaut and you land on Jupiter and there are people there. And for somehow the aliens on this planet speak English, and you get there and they're like, 2 plus 4 is 23. Like, it's like a next level fucking idiocy. You're that alien.
Jesse is the astronaut, Beth. Jesse is the astronaut.
This guy has somehow ended up in another world, and his first interaction with these alien people are they're fucking dumb. He's in a stupid world with stupid.
We're subverting expectations for the rest of the encounter, Beth. This is a strategy.
Fantastic.
We're just
It
getting
is a
him to
strategy.
underestimate us.
One last little tidbit of information before we switch back to the other fun.
I like
What
this
is your-
montage.
What is this place? And why are you here? As this is quite clearly remote.
It is remote. We're in the bottom of a tower in a city called something Carradine. Van,
And
whatever. I don't know. It's just a city. We come here sometimes. What's your other question?
It's going to switch back to the other side real quick. We'll leave with what's your other question again?
do you think he made it?
Aurelia, you can do stuff. Clearly, Cadaver Mouse is coming up the hall.
But the door,
Squeakums.
the door is closed, right?
The door has been shut by a very large, likely heavy, sort of elemental. Now, no earth elemental. You've fought one before. It's serious enough, but the conditions are bad. And you haven't had to go through a door to get one.
I don't know. I can open that.
I would like to look up fleetingly and twitch my whiskers at Aurelia.
I scoop up the cadaver mouse.
That's not what I can't communicate this.
Yoink! Ah!
I scoop him up and bring him to eye level. Yes, little guy.
And you kiss his nose. Boop him.
I'm a rat. I'm carrying disease.
And Aurelia died of tuberculosis.
Center.
I would like to turn my mouse head slowly towards the door and then turn back.
You want to go to the door?
Wait.
I'm gonna try to make my careful way to the door.
Oh, good. Now 2 of you will take the damage of one thing.
So, using only 1 move speed, you may then make a saving throw with dexterity with advantage. The additional weight of the mouse doesn't seem to impact everything or anything.
That's good. Also, if we do get hit, it's gonna instantly bamf cadavers out of being a mouse. He's just gonna land on top of me.
Which will, of course, be fall damage. Wait.
Arthritis damage. Osteoporosis.
25.
Okay, so 25 as the hall grows quiet and dark because the cadaverous may have dark vision as a mouse, but the torchlight is
Jesse
blocked
took
by the
torch,
door.
right?
I also have dark vision.
I understand. As you get to the 45 foot, so you're at about 90 feet out of 100 to the door.
I will let cadaver mouse down back onto the floor.
Missing the opportunity for cadaver rat.
I'd like to think that in mouse form,
Cadaveratus.
he still sounds like.
Squeak.
Oh, squeak.
I am gonna boop his little nose one more time before I put him down.
Fight.
You know those mice that get all angry and just hop around for a bit? All right, so
He's not even that kind
you've-
of mouse.
you've gotten to the door. Cadaverous, would you like to do any, or almost to the door? Would you like to do anything here?
There's no way. I can't get under it, right? Can I
Do you
get under it?
remember the of the other stone
Right.
door? So
But-
this is very similar, unfortunately.
Okay. I
So
want to
you-
look up at Aurelia and look at the door.
Should have greased the mouse before we went.
Kayla,
I got oil.
I do want to give Tio the opportunity to do Tio things. So, is there anything Tio?
I've done it. That was it.
Okay, Gislin, any? Did you want to shoot anybody in the hallway? I
Yes.
understand.
But there's nobody to shoot in the hallway right now.
No,
Part of-
there's
Part of me is like the targeting part of my brain is just tracking the mouse, being like, that would be a fun target to try to hit. But I'm not gonna shoot it. I just want to see how all this right now. I'm just like sitting watching the NASCAR happen, waiting for the crash.
fantastic. Well,
Cadavers, I don't know what you want.
shake and bake. Here
Looking
we
at
go.
door, staring at door, squeaking at door.
I can't open the door. It's a big stone door. There's an earth elemental on the other side.
The squeaks grow angrier.
I'm very small.
You're talking to a mouse. You're like, I'm very small.
Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
He you had asked him what his second question was.
Yes.
He goes, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, you know,
Like
that's
through his teeth and annoyed.
all right. Don't be mad, but like that's a question that's better suited for my friends. So you should let them in, because I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing here,
Listen, Canary.
Jesse.
Yes, clearly. If you want to go back and send somebody who can converse, that's fine.
Well, I want to stay
I
though.
will not have a bunch of strangers try to surround me in what could be quite the find. So,
What do you mean by
I'll
find?
let you out. But
Uh,
until you're out, I will not let anyone in.
Why? That's just not very polite. When you come to a new world, the polite thing to do, especially because we're sitting at a table, is to put some food on the table, first of all.
Oh,
And
God.
the second of all is to let everybody in. You know, maybe we can help you.
I am a cautious man by nature. And I will not change my nature just because you are hungry.
Well,
So you are welcome to try to figure out if you can understand why you're here or not. And I'll let you think about such things. But if you want the others to be involved, send in one after you leave. And then he says, let no one in until this one leaves.
but can two of us come in? Because sometimes I feel like one person isn't enough.
You seem to be unable to grasp that I am from another world. That elicited zero reaction from you. At first I thought you
I
must
thought
be...
maybe it was a meatball world, and I was pretty excited about that, but you told me to be serious.
That's not a reaction, that's mocking. So
That's not mock. All right. All right.
if
Before
you're...
I leave, just 1 second before I leave. Would you like to tell me about your world so I can better understand you?
It's a world. It has a lot to it. Do you have any specific questions that you were wondering about?
Hold on, I have to think of something other than meatball because that's all I can think about right now. Is it like this world?
I haven't been outside of this room in this world.
Why are you so
So
angry?
it is hard. You should go get your friend. You should do that now.
Multiple friends.
And with that, he raises his hand and disappears from that spot. Appears next to the orb again.
Wow. You know, I think you'd feel better if you got some food in you.
He just Misty stepped out of the conversation with you.
It was
He-
slightly
Jesse-
longer than 30 feet, but yeah, he's just like, I'm done.
Jesse, just
He
keep
considered
talking
that
to him so he burns
conversation
all of his spell
To be
slots.
combat.
He was
You
in
know-
initiative that whole time.
He didn't want an opportunity question to come at him.
Food really helps with anger issues, unless you're like me and never mind.
And it fuels them.
Hey there, Rocky. I'm coming through here. Excuse me there, bud. Can I get past you? He said that I could leave. So
It actually
thanks.
sidesteps. The door
there.
remains closed, though. You have to kind of once again start pushing it open.
I'll open the
When-
door.
Gislin, when the door opens, should I banish the elemental? I could run up really quickly and I could banish it, and I won't hit Jesse. But I could hit that. I
Whoops.
could get it.
Are you worried about us killing it? Or it killing us?
No, I just thought that it would be nice to get it out of the way.
Well, I think that might be construed as hostile.
It definitely would be. That's a very good
I
point.
think we should probably just attack it.
That would definitely be hostile.
You can't hear any of this.
If your concern is being hostile, I don't know if we should attack it right out. Now, I'm reconsidering what I've said.
squeak.
I mean,
I don't know what you're trying to say to me.
it's Jesse. Jesse is right there. The other two
What
are
a
there.
moment.
Surely between the three of them, they can sort this out. I think the right play here is to just be patient and trust everyone. And I mean, I can be over there and
A bit out of range to trust.
I can be over there in but a moment if
Okay.
they need me. And
Aurelia is in tears.
The door begins to open, Aurelia.
I'm like,
Rat Davros will wiggle through as soon as there's room.
I will open the door and just say, only one can go in, and he doesn't want to talk to me.
Who are you talking about?
I don't. Hold on. His name started with a P. It's.
Jesse, you find yourself
Wriggle,
pushed
wriggle,
out the
wriggle,
door by
wriggle,
the
wriggle, wriggle.
elemental.
Oh, hey, Rocky,
should
chill.
that be me?
Wriggle, wriggle.
I don't know. To be honest. I can't remember his name. It starts with a P, and he's a very angry little man who, is
Tia,
from
what
another
do I
world.
do?
Close the
I
door.
don't know. I can hardly understand what you're saying.
The mouse is like pulling at the door to close it behind him.
Cadaverous, at no point did you say you were trying to sneak through. You were just trying to run
He
through.
was trying to
That's-
squeak through.
Trying to wriggle through, yes.
Okay. Raw and wriggling. Gotcha. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have...
Gislin, do we go? Do we? What?
Should I go talk to
I'm
him?
sorry, I need to look at its senses.
Whoever he is.
Oh, no. All right,
It
so
has
get...
li-
All right, so I just want you to know what you're doing. You jump mouse boldly into the area as the mouse, and then you hit the floor. You run. Jesse's getting pushed out by this huge club of formed rock. Pushed through the door. Jesse stumbles forward, is now in the space she's in. As you come in, the same club kind of moves in front of you.
But
As
am
it
I in?
Clearly has. You're going to be on this map. So here's what we'll do. I'll give you a rat.
Nice.
There's no
What is
way
that?
it could hit a mouse.
True.
Oh, Rocky's really nice if you just call him Rocky.
And here's a quick. I'll allow you to control it too. Oh, to turn my character settings. What? Oh, it's literally all of the. I don't want to do that. I'll do it temporarily.
Give me
Edit.
control of every rat you ever make.
I want to.
Every rat is cadaverous now.
As soon as I give Beth the rights to a rat, she's gonna flood the table with like 700. So
Rat rights.
you can now control the rat, but you
Give
should
me
not be able to
your
see it in the
knives.
journal. Now, if you choose to push past what appears to be a simple, obstacle, you can do so. But then there might be other reaction.
I would
And
like
you
to-
get that feeling because it is an elemental. And the last time you ran into an elemental, it was
it
nothing
tried
but
to
aggressive.
punch me to death.
It did try to pummel everybody to death.
I would like to poke at the club hand with my face. Like, let me in. But, with prod-based communication.
Okay. What is your passive perception?
My passive perception as a non-mouse is 14.
Does that change as a mouse?
I probably
Use the rat stats. Let's take a look, shall we?
rat 5e. Let's see.
I have the actual rat character sheet up because I had to give you the
10.
token. Passive perception of 10. I see it. Let me just minimize that. Okay. And with that, you kind of do not notice something. Leave it at that.
Well played.
Aurelia,
Yes.
just wondering if you're trying to do anything. Cadaverous is clearly now using its disapproving squeaks at the rock hand.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry
The
about
door
rat
is
cadaverous.
still open,
Do-
but it
should
does
I-
look like the air elemental or the earth elemental will be closing it shortly.
Should I go? I'm
Um,
going. I'm
Oh,
going.
this is the worst
Bye!
situation.
I'm walking through. Hello?
Bye, Aurelia. Rocky's his
Hi.
name.
And Aurelia is on the map. Or let's do this.
Wait, he's not trying to block Aurelia, but he's trying to block me?
That's rattist.
I'm more likable.
like I said, you could move past the square you're in, and then there might be reaction. I'm going to give Aurelia that same option just now by doing this.
Can I come in? I'm shouting around the elemental. I'm so,
Where is
I apologize. Jesse can be a little bit abrasive. I'm really not sure
Okay, I'm
what's
going
happening
Aurelia.
right now.
What is Aurelia wearing?
Aurelia is wearing
Waist down.
pants.
Hoodie.
All right,
Hoodie and leggings.
I'm going up a leg.
She's just
Inside?
like
Inside the pants.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Aurelia is wearing pants.
Thank God. Oh, this would have been way different.
This might be our best episode ever, guys.
I'm not really sure what's going on. Oh God!
What's happening down there? I can't see.
Everything is fine.
It's the rat's on the leg now.
How can you see that from here? I think my stress is affecting my sight.
No, I think it's your poor sight that's affecting
Is it
your
my
poor
blood
sight.
pressure? Is my blood pressure too high?
I think you might have been hit in the head with a rock.
Well, that's not very nice of you to say that.
You were the one who poked the ceiling. Yeah, so they're both going to try to get in now, I guess.
Aurelia,
Was that
there
a no on coming inside?
there is a big stone fist, sort of. It was in the rat's way or the mouse's way. It is no big move for it to just be like, oh, now it's in your way. It's right here. You can slide past it. It is not all encompassing.
Can I like
for the
see
area.
around the elemental?
It is difficult, and he is not on the same level as you, so you do not
Okay,
see.
so
him
I'd be
individually.
looking over his head anyway. Was that a no on coming inside?
And you finally hear. Are they all like that one?
No.
Yes.
Don't listen to them. I have court training. I can be very polite.
In one representative. That's echoing through the chambers. It's clearly the most annoyed yell.
Jesse is a
How
Remarkable.
charismatic is Aurelia?
what?
How charismatic is Aurelia?
Not as charismatic as you, but she is a +1 and has some proficiencies.
The reaction, the rat's all.
I just like to figure out what's going on.
Then enter
Okay, I'm entering.
alone. You're going to enter the earth elemental. I keep saying air. The earth elemental allows you to squeeze past his fist, although it keeps it there. You know, with like that kind of stuff. And then, as you can take your move action one to the south.
So am I here?
Yes, it closes the door behind you,
Okay.
and then steps to the side. And then moves to brace the door.
Okay.
Aurelia, your perception is no small 10 or even lower, say, Jesse numbers. And you can't help but notice there is another thing.
And what is this other thing? Oh, okay.
That's what you were saying, air elemental.
I clearly was, yes. As this man takes his hand off of the orb and spins and says, fascinating. Now, come sit down.
Okay.
We
My
will have
name-
some decorum.
I just straighten my clothing and pretend I don't have a rat clinging to my leg. And I go, I have so much decorum. My name is Aurelia Mearden. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I curtsy.
You may use your deception because you are indeed trying to.
Okay, deception is not something I'm proficient in.
You're trying not to pretend there's a rat lump on your leg.
17.
That is a good roll. On my screen, since I didn't have the chat up, I see a 3 and a 16. I'm like, which one is it? 16. That's good. So he doesn't have any cause to immediately go, what? And he begins to immediately teleport back to his chair.
This guy's legs are gonna atrophy from not walking.
I come to here and say,
That's a 10-foot drop down, but we'll just assume you walk around.
Oh, yeah. Is your friend going to be friendly?
My friends have been friendly. I am cautious. Are you not?
The company I keep.
What is that on the chair?
It's
There's a rat there.
No, we'll assume
One
the rat's
rat!
Aurelia.
And I edge past the elemental.
You just pass it off as everyone in this world has a rat attached to them.
This
I like
is
how
normal,
you
actually.
Sit at a completely different table.
I was
than him.
about to say the same.
He now
Wait.
has to turn his chair around. What the hell's happening?
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't. I would sit down. I would sit down at his table. I thought he was sitting at that other one. I didn't realize there was a chair right there.
Social distance.
You don't have one of these yet? You have to get one. It's mandatory.
Yeah, they're all the rage in the capital city.
Let's first things first. Let's get out our status rats. So, the wind is very breezy, especially with that little thing swirling nearby. I think this. I do not know why anybody would employ such a dense, unsophisticated mule of a person.
She has many other talents.
A negotiation isn't one, so you don't send somebody to speak with someone like that.
Just to be clear, we didn't send her anywhere.
It got loose. That
She
makes
just
more
goes
sense.
sometimes.
Part Velociraptor.
Part Velociraptor.
You seem a little better.
I try. My name is Aurelia.
An elf?
Half elf.
I see.
Got some elf.
Good. Then I know the peoples of this world are similar to mine.
Could you expand on that just a touch?
I am from another world. Clearly one very similar. I'm a wizard. Do you know what that means?
I'm familiar, yeah.
Good. Then you know I've conjured these things
I figured.
as a means of protection. I am out of my element, so I thought it fitting to use the elements to protect me.
Nice pun. So is this like a multiplanar kind of situation? Like a hell?
No, nothing so dramatic, although I am encouraged that you know about such things.
We've
No,
spent a
just-
non-zero amount of time in hell recently.
Really? How intriguing. Did you bring your mule?
Yes.
Ah, I see. Ah, that one is frustrating. How do you get it to behave?
You feed her, mostly.
Did seem fixated on such things.
It's how she decides whether or not she likes someone.
That's
That's why Gislin's her best friend.
terrible to allow to continue. But
She's her own person. We don't get to tell her how to be.
it's important that other people tell you how to be, or else you would be something dangerous. Possibly.
Everybody gets their own measure of free will.
Measure, yes, not carte blanche to do whatever.
So they have the French in your world too.
Oh,
Croissant.
baguette.
Depardieu.
Is it French hell?
So, I see you're coming here to the elemental. No, that's not.
So, alternate universes, cool. Adjusting my perception of the
are-
universe.
Whom?
Aurelia, Mirrodin.
I am Pelino.
Right.
I know,
Great
looks at
to
his
meet you.
Cape. This is Pelino the Blue.
Right. Because
Give
of the
a
cape.
shit
Use the
against
code word.
Carver.
Because of the cape, or like, did the cape come after?
It's thematic.
Okay, I get it. I mean, we called ourselves the Silver Hand, and she jerks back like her finger back over her shoulder to where her silvered quarterstaff is. Thematic.
I see. It's not a hand, though, is it?
No, but I have hands.
You should have called yourself the Silver. It would make more sense.
Well, but there's 5 of us, so 5 fingers. We thought it was clever at the time.
I see.
Still is.
Well.
We never thought that.
Well, that took no small
Shut up,
bit
Brad.
That took no small bit of crafting. Is that a magical +1 staff, by the way?
It is, yes.
Yes,
I thought he
that
was
took no
asking.
small bit of crafting. Then I can appreciate there's decent magics in this world. This place is a font of elemental energies.
This place specifically?
Oh yes, yes.
Interesting.
Built by those.
I'm not from here.
I didn't expect anyone to be from here. This is likely very, very subterranean. I haven't left, but I've looked around.
And how long have you been here?
Quite a while.
Okay.
I may have lost count.
Of the minutes.
Of the rounds.
Right. So?
I'm trying to, without disturbing this world's whatever, find my way back. I don't suppose you're a spellcaster.
No.
Do you know
Not
any?
not my area of expertise. I know a handful. Trust fewer of them.
Why is that?
Because trusting people willy-nilly will get you dead, mostly.
Well then, at least you understand my cautionary friends then.
Oh yeah.
Great. So, a few things seem to be missing from here. A few things that I could use to get back.
What? Like what?
Where I'm from, I am no small, nameless wizard. I've been titled by their king, 2 of their kings, whatever. And I have a bit of influence. But beyond that, I have raw arcane power here. I can conjure up such things. And I have a few gifts I can bestow upon people. In exchange for these gifts, I would like to procure some services. It is very rare to see anyone get past the simple hallway trap that's there. I guess some dwarves likely tried earlier. I didn't quite hear what happened to them. But they stopped. And so here we are, the first capable person or thing or bumbling mule that managed to traverse it. I am looking for some gemstones.
What, like rubies, emeralds?
Exactly like such, excepting that they have two unique properties. They glow of arcane magic, but they radiate no magic at all.
And what would you need with something like that? I mean, if they don't radiate it, what can you use them for?
As you are not a spellcaster, I feel that my explanation may go over your head.
Try me.
They would help power the ritual to get me home.
Thanks really little of you.
Yes. I tracked with that one. All right, so magic, not magic gemstones.
They are likely very close by, as this is where I found myself, and they are likely part of the cause. So, wait, what's happening?
I was measuring how close by they were.
And so, without me and my cautious nature being compromised, maybe you could take a look for me. And I can promise you some arcane boons or possibly even payment. The gemstones would, of course, be then available for your ownership. I do not need them anything beyond the ritual I intend to enact. If you are unsure about all of this, please send this spellcaster that you do trust.
Well,
Preferably
I mean-
an arcane spellcaster, not one of those people that borrow power from other entities.
Well, I mean, I can't
What
speak for
about
the entire.
warlocks?
I can't speak for my party. Also, I would need to discuss things with them anyway.
My only request is that if you want to continue this conversation, please do not send that one again, as I don't know if I can bear it. I've been here a long time. My patience is all but worn thin from my circumstance, and that one made me almost lose it.
Understandable. She can have that effect on people. I'll go chat with them. But could you do us a favor and maybe stop trying to brain us with rocks in the hallway?
Oh, that's not my fixture. I was just checking in on it, seeing if it was still active. Looks like you've disabled it.
Great.
Although do tread carefully.
I
This whole place
try.
is very fragile. This place, however, only shows one large area as you walked in that has a lot of rockfall. And that's it.
All right.
Something doesn't sit well with you. Do you not
Well,
believe I can compensate you?
No, I'm still stuck on the alternate world thing. Honestly, that's a lot to absorb first thing in the morning, or the evening. I don't remember what time it is.
I also don't know.
Just.
What is that? You're familiar? It's mine. It's mine. Hold on. Ah, where have you been? This is one room. You can't get far.
Just out of interest, does the name
Oh,
Asteros mean anything to you?
He has a cat. Cadaverous is in trouble.
Oh no.
Well, I would like you to roll your insight, please.
I would love to roll insight. Insight. Oh, that was
Plus
almost an 18. That
Excellent.
was almost an 18.
But what was it instead?
It was a 10.
It's a 10. That's correct. I could read too. I just wanted to hear the people who are
Paid.
watching but aren't looking. They wanted to hear the 10. So, yeah, the 10. So with that, you get a bit of a strange read from him for a sec. Don't know what to think of it. He breathes in. What an intriguing name. Where did you hear it?
Read it in an old book.
in a book. Oh, I could do with a library. Could you bring me this book?
It's a long ways away.
Convenient. Could you recite anything else from the book besides the name that you've brought up for no reason at all, apparently?
Well, you were making me think of it because it was talking about spellcasters. I don't remember. It was something, I'm not really of an arcane persuasion myself, and but when those in my party who are poke around in the library, sometimes I'll poke around myself. It just stuck out to me. It was a funny name.
Ah, so you've never run into anyone with that name then, eh?
No.
No? Deception roll, please.
I'm trying, folks. 11.
Let me see what his I see. Huh. Well, if you do, take care. That name is not foreign to me either. Which means it is a creature or a person that can traverse more than one world.
Well, I mean, so far I'm 1 for 1 on creatures from other worlds who haven't tried to kill me, so... I mean, unless you're planning on changing your mind on that.
Well, that entirely depends on how you and your friends react to, I don't know, our agreement. And if you try to do anything untoward.
I'm a paragon of virtue.
That may or may not be true. It's unverifiable. However, at least you've been a lot more civil. And I can appreciate that. I need to get out of this place. And so if you could find those gems, that would be great.
All right. And she stands up and she gives another curtsy. She says, I will commune.
I'm still
That
working
way.
on everything I've created over there. The glowy thing on the wall. It's very impressive, right?
So impressive.
So, in that, it is, even if I were to, I cannot interrupt this work. You understand? So,
Sure.
in order for you to contact me, may I give you a token?
Feather.
What kind of token?
It's a small little magical signature, if you will. Ow. And what? I don't know if you see this. It's right here. You can't see it.
Oh.
You can't loom on it. Jump. Oh, good job.
Punk.
I can't see anything.
She chose to jump on 2 boxes over, but whatever. Okay, totally distracted. This token will allow me to speak with you through arcane means.
Okay.
Excellent. You speak with your friends. I will prepare the token. If
Okie
you
dokie.
come back and wish to continue, I will give you this token. It will allow us to speak from great distance. And it'll allow me to continue my work here without having to leave to discuss or see. If you come across that book, it will allow me to see it, for example. It would be very beneficial to you as an employee. That's not the right word. A partner.
Do I get
in this endeavor.
benefits?
Yes, the benefits.
I don't
will
have
be
healthcare.
arcane boon. I can match those weapons of yours easily enough if you so choose, or I could loan you one of my conjurations if that's something that you'd be interested in.
Okay. I will go and confer.
Excellent.
And I leave.
Okay. We do have to give the party enough time. We kind of focused on that conversation a bit longer than I expected to. I'll tell you what. We'll take a break here because I'm noticing the time, because time management's my strength. And we'll come back in, say, 5 minutes. We'll give the party that's outside the door time to try to like wonder what they would have been doing all during this time. And then we'll allow for the conversation of WTF to happen, as you likely might have another wizard token at least, or who knows what's going to happen. Or the attack, the initiative it's just one button away. So however it goes down, we'll be ready in about 5 minutes. So let's yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Casey, that's the code.
And we're back.
Ta-da! You guys waited. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for waiting, though. So we're gonna jump right back in. Why is my Twitch all out of focus? That happens sometimes.
Is it twitching?
Just because it's behind other windows, it doesn't like give me. Oh, now it's a commercial. This is the best. All right, so I'm gonna pretend you can still hear me. I know you can, but it's hard for me to verify. Yeah. So we're gonna jump right back in. Aurelia managed to speak with Pelino, who is clearly a wizard at the end of his leash of patience, at the end of his rope. That's what I meant to say. No leash. There's no leashes. Get that out of your mind, you weirdos. So it's just at the end of his rope. He's quick to anger, and Jesse, perfect to anger him. But Aurelia managed to speak with him, discovered a few little tidbits, likely not the story that is the truth here, but at least a window into it. And Aurelia is likely to come back to the party with some things to say. That being said, we're going to start this half of episode 13, Lion and Crows, with the others that are still in the hall as Aurelia has disappeared behind a closed door and an elemental. And the party's unaware of the second elemental, but they do know that there's no mouse in the hallway as well. So
I know nothing about mouse. I imagine I'm just ear against the door.
Hearing nothing.
I hope.
well, you can give me an active perception if you'd like.
Why is there a turn order?
Just for reasons. Here, I'll get rid of it.
Because he's about to let Gisley.
Half of a second. Okay, hear nothing.
Yep.
And
that means I can yell down the hall. No problem.
now TOA and Gislin remain at the entrance of the hallway. Having both run into the bricks a little bit, they're not so quick to go down the hallway like the others were. Haven't felt the wrath of those bricks. Those bricks are very, very heavy if they do strike home. You just don't want to get hit in the head with a load of bricks.
I'm gonna stay here just in case something happens. Just so you know, I can't hear a word.
All these echoey Jesseisms, just a little more dust falls down between some bricks along the way. The glowing glass shards in the hallway cease to glow again.
What do you make of all this, Tio?
Well, I can definitely hear what she's saying. I'm not sure what the stopping glowing means exactly.
No, I mean the bigger picture of all of this, all of these wizards that are the same, and the gemstones and the crowns, and Maglin being, you know, insufferable.
Well, I genuinely think Maglin is awful, and it was a bit of a relief to know that he actually is awful, and it's not just my prejudices.
Why not both?
You know, it feels good to know that my hunch was right. But also, I feel very privileged to be part of such a groundbreaking arcane discovery. Let me not bore you with all of that, though. That's just research talking. I'm nervous, as usual.
Any new insights?
You know those little small dogs that can't stop shaking?
I think it's very strange that there seem to be multiples of Mbaran. I know that they're likely tied to the gems. There's one for each gem, which means that one of them has been destroyed. I don't know where or who that might be. I also don't know if they're identical or if they're just different somehow. I always imagined that if someone's soul was shattered, it would be in different pieces that would look different, but I'm not sure. That's all I've got so far.
Well, we're not working on too many facts, but the... I just have this feeling that this would all be so much easier if we just destroyed all of these things and removed temptation completely. All of the souls, all of the gems.
Well, the thing is that the event and the timeline that Embaran seems to come from, if he's created all of these swords and they exist in the past that we've forgotten, I'm worried that if we suddenly remove them, there will be some kind of linchpin taken out of our reality and that it will collapse on itself. That's my caution and fear.
How do you ever manage to sleep at night, Tio?
Well, I don't normally deal with this kind of level of this magnitude of research. It's more like, oh, what's the word for cart in Dwarvish in this region, and what's the word for cart in Elvish in this region, and how are they similar and different? It's more like that kind of thing. So this is a very
It's much more hands-on.
Yes. Very direct.
It's ironic because I don't see all that much difference between what I do now and what I used to do, except things are a little bit more dangerous than a deer.
A little more. I wish I could think like that.
I'm worried that people in our party might be more tempted by these things than perhaps is safe, and maybe it influences their decision. I mean, power is a great temptation, and for you it's the power behind the knowledge you gain. Because there's no value in pure knowledge. It's always knowledge to an end. But that's
Are you suggesting that I'm a risk or other people are a risk?
No, you're mostly harmless. I think
Except for when I act foolish.
Well, that's only self-harm usually in that case, which is not dangerous to others, but I worry that there's building temptation upon everyone's minds to unravel all of this, and maybe that we're just slowly, step by step, leading to this apocalypse that you speak of, and that every step forward, every thread we pull, every bit we unravel ends up bringing us one step closer to something that is truly evil and detrimental to everyone, and that perhaps maybe forgetting curiosity and just burning all of this is the best thing to do. It's unsatisfying, but sometimes that's the safest approach.
It's true. I think that what you fear and what I fear are the same thing. And I think the way we were raised to handle our problems is very telling. Your problems are predators, and your problems are getting things for dinner. And my problems are bureaucracy and lack of grants, and that kind of thing. And I don't have the safety network of a higher up telling me what to do here, and you don't have the safety network of having a finite end to the chase of your hunt. There's not a clear prey and predator, because we don't know if the thing that we are chasing is prey or if we're the prey. So I'm not really sure what to tell you. I'm not sure what to tell you in the end. I do think that either way this would end in destruction, and I'm not sure if that's of us, this, or the world. So far, I've been giving you very inclusive answers, and they're all very kind of doomsday, but that's all I've got so far.
What do you think?
Honestly.
Do you think history is repeating itself? In that
All the time.
of this, King Promarok, these gems and crowns, is this simply just
key
echoes
difference-
of the past? And, I mean, well, look at that ancient civilization and where it is now. It was completely decimated, fought all of these dragons, and it's likely that we're doing exactly the same things. We're not learning from their mistakes.
I think that Imbaran is a singular, no pun intended, I know he's not, but he's a singular sort of entity, and that there is not going to be anyone else like him other than himself. So we are the equal opposite force to stop that. But I don't think that we're in danger of becoming him. Or like him.
I feel we're more like King Promarok than anything else in this. We're the pawns fighting alongside these massive, powerful forces. And it's not the massive forces that are worried about whether or not they'll perpetuate. And they just drag down everything small underneath them. I mean, maybe it's time for some sort of more decisive strike to break the cycle. And that these...
What are you imagining?
As you say decisive strike, the door grates open, and Aurelia, you were at the door, coming back to speak to the others.
Perhaps another time.
I step through the door. I wait for the door to close behind me.
So we can yell in secrecy.
I can yell in peace!
You're in there longer than I was.
I wriggle down a leg.
Yes, I had conversation.
Poof. Back to Cadaverous.
Wow!
Never do that again!
We'll never talk of this again.
Can't Cadaverous at your service.
Were you a baby ape?
Anyway.
We need to
Why
talk.
does nobody like answering my questions no more?
We need to talk that way. And I heard everybody down the hallway.
Okay.
You heard, do you?
All the rocks fall on us?
Maybe we should do it one at a time.
So, yeah, I would like to know if you have any. I know you guys don't do methods, but if there was any method to your
I'm
the
doing it the
madness.
same way I did it the first time, because that seemed to work well for me.
alone or with a group.
Bless is definitely gone now.
Bless is
It's
gone.
definitely been more than a minute.
Let's just do this one at a time, and I'm gonna go alone, and I'm not gonna go super
I
fast.
oh god.
I don't want to get brained by rocks.
So I'm going to run down the hallway where I can get brained by rocks.
Well, you guys are at the other end of the hallway.
Right. But... So, if we have to go back there, now all three of you are going to go down the hallway one way, just to talk to us, to then go all the way back down the hallway the other way.
I'm sorry, do you want to have this conversation screaming?
Chelsea,
Yeah.
you've been doing
At
it the whole
opposite
time.
ends of a 100-foot hallway?
Sure.
No, bad idea.
We can come to you.
Oh wait, why did I move the wizard there? I wanted to move Cadaverous there, but he disappeared.
I was gonna say. Pocket wizard?
You're like, Cadaverous pops out of your leg. You're like, why is there still a rat on my leg? Ah! All right. Well, is anyone actually going down the hallway? Aurelia? Yes?
Yeah, we can't have this conversation at opposite ends of the hallway. No, we can't. We need to have this conversation where we are not shouting everything we need to talk about where he can hear us.
What is the conversation?
We
He
have
wants
a
the
job
gems.
offer.
Who is it?
One of the wizard men.
Pelado, stop talking about it.
I mean, I don't understand what there is. to
Heleno,
talk
that was
about.
his name.
He wants to talk to an arcane caster.
My internet cut out just then. I'm sorry.
I mean, weren't you just in there?
Tio just looks up. What?
I mean, if he wants to talk to an arcane caster, then go talk to him.
All right.
Mexico has to go act like he hasn't heard anything.
If you so choose to go down the hallway, you give me your advantage saving throw and let me know. Otherwise, we'll assume that you guys are knocking.
Yeah, I guess I'm just standing here.
All right.
Cadaverous is knocking.
And the door opens. And beside the giant, right behind the giant elemental, would be your friendly neighborhood wizard.
Give him a nod. Arcane caster. At your service.
What are you wearing?
What
What is Cadaverous wearing?
Pants.
Well, Cadaverous is in there.
I never imagined him having.
I want to say leather armor, but I'm not sure.
Let me cut up my D&D Beyond.
Let me get my character sheet. What?
I don't use D&D Beyond this way.
I don't use
But
character
that-
sheets.
Yeah. What
That's
about
the
the
one.
character sheet on?
Yeah, but I don't have my armor on Roll20. I don't know why.
I know why.
I think I have like chain shirt or something.
It's chain something, I believe.
Scale mail.
Do you have a shield?
No.
Okay. You are holding a. What's your implement?
Sword.
Like my arcane symbol or whatever.
Arcane focus.
It's like a ring.
Okay. And any really obvious details to what you might look like?
Old.
I mean, anything really obvious that would designate me as an arcane caster.
Well, that or would imply that you're not, etc., etc.
Has a beard.
I have a
Left-handed.
sword. I have a sword, but that's like the only
Okay.
thing
So
otherwise.
he just looks at you, cocks his head a little bit sideways, and the elemental steps out of the way. Where are you? Get back on the map.
I might.
Did you explode? What happened? There you go.
Yes.
All right. And with that, the door will close unless there's objection. 2, 3. Okay. The cadaver's he'll seat back way down here eventually, walking you past everything. Please sit.
Cadaver sits. Cadaverous Bloom. That's my name.
Did they tell you mine?
Eleanor.
Good.
Maybe. Yes. Whew. Thank God.
Well, you don't look like a traditional caster. However, I've known a few, so go on. Show me something arcane.
Something arcane. What can I do that won't make me break everything?
I'm just so powerful.
Power word kill. You're dead. Uh-oh.
Cadaverous goes invisible.
Okay, please expend the resource.
I will.
I see. So lower circle stuff then? Excellent.
Medium circle.
Good.
But
Please come back so I can see you. I don't want to talk to thin air. He looks up at the elemental.
Cadaverous goes back.
Excellent. I have a question.
Go ahead.
What did Asterisk say?
Aurelia?
Asterisk.
Who is Asterisk?
Your friend said that they met and you had a conversation.
Wait, what?
Maybe you weren't involved. Fine. I withdraw the question. We'll ask somebody else. Maybe it was just her.
Am I missing something?
He's deceiving you.
He is engaging in an act that we often refer to as falsehood.
Okay, alright, just checking. I'm not entirely sure who that is. Who is that?
It's a name your friend mentioned to me, quite bizarrely out of the blue. So, I
Which one?
was then
Which one, Mike?
the one that could speak in complete sentences.
Instead of saying meatball every 8 words.
I apologize for anything that came out of her mouth.
Well, nonetheless, if you don't know, you don't know. Please roll your deception. It's not a matter of your lie, it's just a matter of withholding, right?
21.
Why does those numbers equal 21? What the hell?
Plus 13.
Jeez. It's like, I look at his no, it's not 20. He doesn't have, okay, he doesn't have a 21 or a higher passive insight. Good then. That's a relief. I suppose the young one mentioned, although half elf, maybe older than you, mentioned the proposal.
It was mentioned. Obviously, we need a little more detail.
Good. The details are as this. That which brought me here were powered by gems. The gems have a specific property. Those gems glow. Simple cantrip could produce that, but these glow eternally. And they radiate 0 magic. You cannot detect them. You cannot scry them. They are only able to be held. You cannot just know where they're at. So, they're likely nearby. They have to be nearby. I need them to complete my ritual. As you can see, these elementals are proof of my arcane prowess. I don't know if you can conjure such things, but if you can, you know that there's difficulty. I've conjured 2. I can conjure more if I need. That doesn't get me a portal home.
What exactly are these gems?
The power source.
No,
How do I
I
explain
understand.
this? The gems have been altered so that their nature is hard to decipher. You understand? The kind of non-detection that keeps prying eyes away from towers when you're deep in thought or deep in books. Yes? You understand?
I understand.
Good. Then it is the same at a high level. I need that high level to find my way back home, because my way back home is also undetectable, and it is because of these gems.
You talk about these gems like you have prior experience with them.
Yes.
Have you made use of these gems in your own world?
We do not have them in my own world. They're the reason I am here. as much as the reason I am still here.
What reason is that?
The reason is they are now gone, and I cannot use them to get back home. And that which brought me here didn't decide to keep them with me. I have been here a long time. I may not look old, but I have lost count of how long I've been here. I need to not be here anymore. It is of utmost imperative. However, much like the table we have and sit in front of you, or the rocks on your feet, I have properties. And those properties include a cautiousness that has kept me inside. I'm not going to go outside.
Why are you so cautious? What are you afraid of?
It is my nature. Did I not explain it clearly enough?
Oh, no, I understand, but
Well, now you know.
something makes our nature, right?
Well,
Is
I
there
would love to say that I am
something
only
specific
rational.
you are afraid of? Or... I mean, you are a powerful wizard.
I'm afraid of culpability. I'm afraid of consequence. For example, listen. Do you know why the evil gods do not walk the worlds? Because the good gods would intervene.
Right.
And vice versa. The good gods cannot step foot on these worlds so easy. It can only be through messengers and such. Because it would attract too much. Too much pressure would break any world. Too many gods, too many creatures of power. It is the same on a much smaller scale for me. If I walk outside, whatever the great powers of this land or this country, it is likely we will be in conflict immediately. And it will have dire consequence for any nearby. And I do not dare do that.
That makes sense.
Look, we don't all have rational command of our emotions. I'd like to say I'm rational, and most of the times I am. But my caution, I've come to accept it, work around it, and I have still managed to gain a great deal of knowledge. So, in this caution, I have now the opportunity to gather more knowledge through you and your party, although I am worried about that one that you sent in first.
So, this ritual you want to perform, could it be performed by us? For you?
I suppose you could join me in the ritual if we can find the components.
My only concern is that clearly there are artifacts, gems of considerable power, and I worry about them being taken from our world back to your own.
I can assure you, I do not wish to take the gems.
Inside.
You may roll your insight.
Alrighty. Give me something. 24.
He is clearly masking something with that phrase. He's like, I assure you. Now, I'm not going to say yes or no because that's lie detector and there's spells for that. But
what were the exact words that you said?
I will not take the gems. I do not wish to take the gems with me.
It doesn't. I feel you're not being entirely forthcoming in your intentions. If you wish,
once the ritual is done, how is this for a little bit of trust. Look at your contempt. The gems will be nothing. They will be spent. There will be no more threat.
Okay.
You know, you asked me if I had prior knowledge of the gems.
Yes,
Do you?
I do.
I'm more than a little curious. Whatever you feel you can share with me, please do.
Okay. How would it feel?
You
to
imagine
know-
sitting there. Okay.
Okay. Brain blast. How would you feel to know that one of the gems is destroyed?
Have you seen such?
Yes.
Oh no.
That doesn't feel correct. Are you sure?
It was our first interaction with the gems, and I am no expert, but
How many did you have?
just the one.
You said gems.
Right. Because the gems are a complete entity, and it is our first interaction with the gems
How
as
many
a
do you know of?
concept.
How many have you seen since? Where were they? Do you have one?
No.
I see. Who has them? Where were they?
Above ground, I'm afraid.
How
So
far
we'll need-
below ground are we?
No, considerably.
How did you come to be here?
We are, curious types.
Yes. How about the specifics on why you're here now?
Well, the reason why I'm delaying is I'm trying to remember how we got here.
That's an interesting word, delaying. And he looks back at the door.
No,
well,
not
Then he
that.
realizes there's a wall there and looks up. Oh, man,
We very first came down here because we found a hole and we went down it, and we kept going down, and stranger things began to happen,
I
until
appreciate the vagueness of everything you're telling me.
we came across a skeleton that's chalked, and he told us of the gem. He asked for the gem. We gave him the gem, and then he crumbled and the gem broke.
You're sure you haven't met Astris?
If I have, I do not remember the name.
A skeleton, an undead.
Yes.
So, I know that you said you're a mid-range caster, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe this skeleton just made off with it.
Possible. He could have given off the impression of crumbling, only to mask his ability to leave.
Tell me again, how did the gem... You said the gem was sundered? Was it...
It shattered, I believe. Just exploded.
Shattered?
Who is Asteris?
It's a rival of mine, I think. It's the reason I don't leave this place.
When you say rival, is that because he's after the same things you're after?
Well, often rivals have similar goals, but that's not what I speak of. I just mean a creature of power that I do not wish conflict with, because it would hurt others. You understand?
Yes.
Good.
So when you said that we had spoken to Asteris,
I am surprised if you've spoken to Astris, but when your friend told me that, your friend mentioned Asteris. Am I not allowed to be curious?
you are allowed to be curious, I suppose.
A creature of power. Yeah. I feel like we're at a very strange place in negotiations.
It's a very strange place.
You are not giving me any assurances that you are willing to work with me, but rather you're trying to extract information from me. If that is your
yes.
goal, you can leave.
In fairness, I'm giving you a great deal of information as well.
Did I mention how I appreciate vague? That's all you've given me.
Would you like me to be honest with you?
Oh my God. Imagine my surprise that you haven't been.
No. I've just not been especially forthcoming, which, in fairness, you have been guilty of yourself.
I understand caution more than anyone. So
let us both not be cautious for a moment. You've been down here a long time. I don't have many years left.
no idea.
Right.
Go, yes.
Okay. So.
He's visibly like twitchy. He's like,
What?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's go all in. You are a fragment of a greater being that was shattered many years ago. We've met the other portions of yourself. You are all drawn towards these gems. Not having these gems and not being part of the whole slowly drives you insane. That is our understanding so far.
Well, it is incorrect. I'm not a
sure.
fragment of anything.
What are you?
I'm Pelino. The Blue.
Right.
These other ones, these pretenders, have managed to possibly find a way to take which isn't theirs. That's fine. But if I can get the gems, they can no longer steal from me.
I am going to go out on a small limb here. So,
Did you bring him with you?
No. What? No. He's old.
He's casting a spell. What would you like to do?
What?
Let it finish.
He has glowing eyes. You recognize detect magic.
Yep, I let it finish.
Could you please list your magic items?
Oh shit. Feather.
Feather's one. That's definitely one.
Feather and sword and hat. And I think that's
Are you
it.
wearing the hat?
Of course, come on.
And he is clearly looking on where you're holding your feather.
Right, I'm not holding it, right? I'm not like
wherever it's tucked in.
just, like,
He's
slipped
just
in
like he's like, I see. I would like an initiative roll, please.
Oh.
Okay.
I would like to say I told you so.
12.
Boy, if only we could have had a conversation about how much we wanted to tell the fragment.
Or if only
Look,
we hadn't...
unilaterally deciding to tell the fragment everything is the good way to go.
I think that's
love
fine. I think
I'm behind it.
bringing the evidence of one of these fragment guys to the other one, so that not only can that other one see that you're potentially connected, but the one that can scry through the fragment can see the other one. I'm not on. Should I just drag myself on here?
To be
Yeah, everyone
fair,
can stay in that top area.
Gislin is just gonna.
Are we all rolling initiative?
Everybody's going to be rolling initiatives because it will be really, really obvious very quickly. Because you have somebody at the door. So when you hear Earth Elemental go stomping off angrily,
Aren't we glad we have our hit points?
Mm.
It's not gonna help me at all.
and numerically descending. Oh, wait, there was another one.
Sorry,
Somebody was
I
late.
weirdly couldn't
That's
find it.
fine. We're okay. I manually fixed it. Looks like we have a turn order, people. Conjurations go on the turn order of the conjured, the summoner's initiative. So you will have a wave of attacks. Let's say this was a traditional combat of 2 elementals and a wizard all at the same time. But there are other interesting things about that as well.
The elementals
Gislin!
are friendly?
Maybe. Right now they're not unfriendly. But this wizard seems to have lost it. Gislin, there is a surprise round for you, so you may take no actions, unfortunately. Jesse, same for you. Aurelia and the NPC gets to choose. Now, normally I just say players go first, but if it's more advantageous for a player not to go first, I let the players choose their role in initiative order. If you want to go after El Wizard, that's fine, entirely up to you. Knowing that then for the rest of the combat, you of course be after the wizard.
No,
So
I'm going to maintain.
you maintain, no problem at all. Boom. Okay. He kind of stands up in a rush. And he's like, "You betrayed me!" And
Betray shit.
starts with this. And let me just...
Tio, can I carry you over my head down the hallway?
Yes. So I hit all of the things.
Yep.
Is that what your goal is?
Stay as a mouse and bit him.
Oh, I
Giving
don't
him
want to roll
tetanus.
this. I want to show this.
Just slowly
Open up
wait
the-
until he dies.
Show display in VTT.
I mean, I want to counter spell when he starts casting.
No,
You are
stop it.
welcome to counterspell as long as you have counterspell.
I do have counter spell.
Okay, now let's look at his stuff.
You're gonna say
No,
what
he-
level you're
See if
casting
he has
counter
counter
spell.
spell. I would just be doing it at third. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't have known like what spell he was gonna cast, so I would have just said third.
Okay, so I will remember to say when he's casting, and I'll give you the opportunity to not knowingly counterspell, and etc. etc. However, in this case, obviously, Ivar's Black Tentacles, a conjuration spell, is 4th level. So that
So,
means the
14?
DC is 14. Now you must make an ability check. And you do, and it fizzles. And he just looks at you, and he then does. Oh, is this not going to be something I can show? That's annoying. This is going to be a copy paste real quick. Oh, yeah, I guess I shouldn't have not included the recharge conditions, but all right. So as a bonus action, he teleports and switches places with cadavers. He can then end his turn. You didn't have your weapon out, did you? So
No.
he will actually provoke if you so choose to use a
I'm gonna swing on him.
Slap him.
Actually, no, I can because I counterspelled.
Truth.
Use a reaction.
2.
You should have slapped him.
Whoop. As he's running toward the orb over there, clearly. TOA. At this point, the elemental is starting to make a lot of noise at the door. Aurelia, you're well aware. TOA might notice there's a commotion.
Do I know if Dispel Magic will work against an elemental? Is that a thing that a caster would know? Or is that like a... I don't know if that is a...
Are you asking if Dispel Magic can reverse a conjuration? So if you link
Yes.
Dispel Magic,
Okay.
we can take a good read, but I don't believe it affects conjured creatures. Well, that's actually a good point. Let's see. Let's see what our sage advice has to say about it.
Dispel magic. Elemental.
Actually, it's not about elemental, it's about conjuration.
What are the...
Because elementals aren't necessarily magic.
No, I know,
spells.
right?
Right,
people,
right, that's
people
the thing.
searching this will be...
Oh, Jeremy. Why are you Jeremy? If you cast Dispel on a creature, the spell only affects that creature. If you cast it on an object, it only affects that object. What?
I don't think it does.
I'm going to currently rule it does not, and you would know that. However,
Because the
Feel
the
free to
spell,
continue.
The spell creates a creature, right? And then
Right.
the spell is over. It's not like a
Yeah.
concentration thing.
The elemental disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends.
So what is conjure? You'd have to look at the conjure elemental spell to see what the end criteria is. It for
Conjure elemental.
If it's concentration,
hold on.
then
I've got it right here.
Yeah.
Actually, strangely enough, I have it available on this character.
For some reason.
if it is concentration, then it can be dispelled.
Oh, here, interesting. If your concentration is broken, the elemental doesn't disappear. Instead, you lose control of the elemental.
Right. And uncontrolled can't be dismissed by you. So, if you dispel magic on the wizard, you can break his concentration.
Dang. Okay. But Gisla and I are at the end of the hall still, right?
We're 110 feet away
Okay.
from a closed door that
I
can't
was
see
just-
any of this happening.
Yeah, I was just curious if that was what was gonna happen.
And probably can't hear any of this happening.
Probably not.
Oh, okay, sorry.
We were just chilling and talking about this, but since
About
you
killing
just said,
Yeah.
since you just said that you can hear everything.
Aurelia is well aware that the earth elemental seems very, very mobile and thumping around. Hasn't quite left Yo, though. It's just more like, oh, hey, combat dance.
Okay. From where Tio is standing, can you tell that something is happening?
Well, very little. Let's
Is it kind of
let's
the door is closed?
as a
right?
hero, you've got a bad feeling.
Okay. Gislin, I think that we should start going down the hall now, and I'm going to start going very carefully and kind of imitating what I saw Aurelia do earlier.
Okay. You can use one move action to move down the hall and have
Okay.
advantage on a saving throw, which is dexterity. You can use 2 move actions and have no advantage on the saving throw that still dexterity.
Damn, I just thought of... Oh, shit. If I had actually backstabbed him, I have the perfect line set up if we'd actually done that now. God.
Rats. Okay.
Can we redo this whole, scene?
All right, let's hear the line.
It's not fully formed, but he was like, I'm out of my element, so I've got all the elements to protect me. It's like, well, you didn't count on the element of surprise.
That is perfect.
that is god awful, and you should feel both proud and ashamed.
Dang.
You should be proud of
Okay.
your ashamed thing.
Wow.
Disgusted with myself.
I do not trust Tio's dexterity save, so I'm going to do 1 dexterity save at advantage, like you said. And take a
One
move
dexterity
action.
saving throw advantage.
Okay.
Uh.
Okay.
I like how the one was on 20, and then now the other one is 20.
Okay, that's
Fantastic.
good to know.
22
And,
though, and you're fine. As no
is that-
no blocks.
No blocks hit my block.
Row blocks. No blocks. Sorry.
Can I also do a cure wounds on myself? Do I have an action for that?
Yes, because you're
Okay.
very slowly using a move action and not going to an extended pace.
Okay.
You have a standard action. You also have a
Cool.
bonus action this round if you really want to do something else too. That
Mm-mm.
uses a bonus.
I'm okay.
Finished?
Yes.
You are 30 foot
I am-
down the 100-foot
I am
hallway.
casting. Okay.
Okay, so you heal up 17. Very nice.
All right. I'm done.
Cadaverous. The swirling, very visible right now, wind elemental is swirling and visible and near you.
An elemental.
Okay.
Elemental, my dear Watson. Elemental.
You talk of betrayal. It's gonna be- I'm
Oh,
going to.
I oughta.
I'm busting out something fresh. He's gonna channel his superior intellect and drop on this point here,
I don't know what's happening here.
so I can hit these two.
I need if you're dropping something that has a 20-foot radius sphere, you have to choose the intersection of a specific point,
So
not
like,
from the middle.
how do I
You're, you,
snap the center? Snap the corner.
there you
Right.
go. So yeah, so that corner. So is that the corner? Or you could just draw a sphere. In this case, sphere is important because it's going to miss some of those edges. Strangely enough, some spells are straight up squares. It's weird.
Man. I'm just trying to make it not hit me.
Like, "Ah."
Yeah, we'll do this.
Great. Synaptic static.
Ooh, level 5.
Each creature within 20-foot radius must make an intelligence saving throw. I will do so. Oh, they can't be affected if they're really dumb? Let's see. Oh, they're dumb, but they're not that dumb. Dang. All right.
I was
well,
banking on them not
dang.
being, because very few creatures are that dumb.
Jesse is immune to this spell.
All right, so here's
You want to play my mind? I ain't got a mind to play.
So
My
here's
I had a
fair
mind to
call
tell you what I
starts
think
to
about
death
Here's-
as Jesse visits.
Here's the roll. We'll start with, let's say, the Earth Elemental.
I just got
Oh, it's asking me if
scared
it's
of
public.
people.
It's a public roll. It is exactly as one might expect.
I've never seen a negative
The
that
elemental
low.
is like, huh?
In D&D.
Grick-knack, grick-knack. All right. And then the air elemental, who is slightly smarter. Also, though, at -2.
Fail.
Almost.
They take this much damage. That's
Oh,
pretty
that's
bad.
So bad.
That's pretty awful.
And I will apply that damage. Oh, and we were doing this real
What is
quick.
this?
It's okay. The effect is like pretty crazy.
Muddled
I'm waiting
thoughts.
for- Okay. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's like Ultra Bane.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the Earth Elemental, I will
Wait,
also.
did this thing move?
It did
I swear
not.
this thing wasn't next to me before.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
was
It
I
was-
next
think
to the
I think
whole
it
time.
I think it was doing that thing where it like,
Out of sync.
yeah, it's out of sync. Okay, well that changes things.
Well,
but
that's your
fine.
bad.
Yeah. Cause it just it was like here before for me, so I was like, all right, I'll just use that and then I'll move. But no, it's right here. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Both damages have been accounted for. Now, what's this special failed effect? During this
For
time, it rolls
failed
a
save.
d6 and subtracts the roll from all attacks rolls.
And ability checks.
It's a shame because it also messes with concentration, which you could have put on. Oh, never mind.
Yep. Problem is that this thing hitting me.
Don't worry. The other one can also hit. It's just not as great, but it's pretty good.
All right. Anything else I want to do? Nah, that's cool. We'll just chill.
I like how your screen corrected itself just to let you know you're screwed.
Yeah, it corrected like
Like,
right
I'm
after
great.
Castle. I was like,
I can't believe it's
"Oh."
not next to me. This is so nice. Oh, well, hello.
I'm gonna call out to my friends. Betrayal! Betrayal!
Strangely enough, Aurelia, you hear that loud and clear. I'm not gonna keep you guys out of this altogether.
Me too.
I'm hearing that there's been a betrayal, and I scream down the hallway.
On the house, on the hill. All right, so Cadaverous is finished. Gislin, having Gislin this so much patience in Gislin today. But now it's time.
This is sort of to myself. I'm like, I knew it would get here eventually.
It didn't have to. You just knew who was driving.
Yeah. One by one, my goslings went down the hall, and one by one they came back. And now Mama Gosling's gotta come on in.
You know the mess.
All right. I would like to move 105 feet down the hall.
You can do so with how?
So my movement speed is 35.
Good.
And I can bonus action dash, which is 70, and I can action
Good.
dash, which is 105.
Okay. If you do so, because you're moving 3 move actions, you move from, if you only move 1 action, you have advantage. If you move 2 actions, you have straight up. And if it's 3 move actions, I'm going to have to impose disadvantage on the dexterity saving throw to cause, not to avoid, to cause another avalanche.
Cool.
So do it. Please give me a saving throw. At disadvantage.
Disadvantage. First one's good.
First one is good.
Easy.
And the second one is also good. As Gislin is
I'm a hot
just
girl.
straight up sprinting. Gislin, you can move to the doorway, but not past it.
Yep. I assume I just run into the whatever. Hi. I heard there was a betrayal.
There
End
was a
turn.
betrayal.
You're like, who needs teleport? Here I am. Jesse!
Except you can't see me because it's dark.
I would like to open the door.
No, Jesse has the torch.
Oh, Jesse.
Open the door.
You would like to open the door. I would like you to give me a contested strength check.
I have advantage for bear totem.
That is good. This creature does not have bear totems.
You said strength.
Strength. I whispered it.
Yep. Mine is also like not rolling.
My total is an 8 because I rolled very poorly.
Wow. I may have to click this again.
Do it. Do it.
Yep, I think I just will.
Do it.
20.
And indeed, you push the door open past the clutches of the earth elemental. I'm not going to give it situational advantage. It's just kind of in the way, but it's looking back now at the commotion. And so you push it open. It kind of loses its grip. The door is now open, but the creature still remains as an impediment there.
Okay. I would like to bonus action rage.
Also,
Rocky!
just to give it a nice Jesse touch, if you'd
Mhm.
like, you could have broken the door as well during this.
Well, I opened it.
Okay. Just asking if you wanted to open it, break it, or open it nicely. Either way. You're gonna rage. That sounds Jesse-like. Go on.
Yeah, I'm doing it by screaming, Rocky! And and I would like to
You only have a move action
grapple
left.
Rocky to the ground.
Grappling's a standard action, which was your strength check just now.
Oh, okay.
Boop his nose.
Huh?
Boop.
Boop his nose. Oh.
Booping is a free action.
I didn't state it was a standard action, so if you don't want to rage and lose it in one round, you don't.
I
have to.
don't. I absolutely don't want to do that. I thought this was just like a.
No, it was pushing
Yeah.
it to the standard action. Using any skill check would be, but ability scores as well. Standard.
Okay, well, doors open, and I'm going to prepare to knock Rocky to the ground.
Fantastic. Aurelia.
Is it possible for me to move past here, or is this like a hard corner?
That would be very much a hard corner. Not only is it a hard corner, but it's indented like that, right?
Okay.
So he's literally got his big old stony butt right there.
Okay, so I can't. That's okay. I whip out my quarterstaff,
Wow.
and it's smashing time.
Really, a smash!
Starting out with my two quarterstaff attacks. Here comes the first one.
Here's Johnny.
See if I remember how to play this character. 26.
Dang.
I'm gonna
Sounds
call
like you
that a hit.
remember.
Magical damage, if that matters. 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Second one,
You would say it matters.
it's magical damage. 18.
Also hits, although it does have a decent armor class as it's made of rock.
13 points of bludgeoning damage. Spending a key point, flurry of blurs.
Blur of blur.
These are also
Slurry
magical.
of blurs.
These are also magical because of my key empowered strikes. Here's the first one.
So
You
he's
say that,
showing
but I don't
off
know. Who's next to you? Anybody? Anybody? Jesse is.
Yeah, sure am.
But
That
instead
doesn't hit me.
Instead of a 9 doesn't hit me. Instead of auto hitting friends, I would like you to make an attack roll against Jesse.
Your hands fall off and go sliding across the floor.
Is it a crit?
So-
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you do strike Jesse once.
Wait, then she won't lose her rage.
again.
That's fine.
No, she didn't rage. 9
I
points.
didn't because I took it
Because
back.
the mechanic is so strangely worded, it falls off at the round you use it.
Oh, it falls at the end of your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 9 for you there.
I
As,
get
Okay,
it.
here's my second one.
Okay.
Don't hit me again.
I won't. 23.
23, and that strikes the great.
6 points.
6. Okay, so
Oh wait,
To
why did
understand-
you teleport across the room?
it is.
What the fuck is happening?
Jesse, calm down.
Sorry, let
So-
me refresh.
I believe you. All right, so Aurelia did 11, 13, and 6. Yes?
Yes, all magical.
Well, that does matter for these creatures. Oh. There it is. Minus 11,
I don't know
Check.
what's up with that new bug.
minus
don't like it, though.
13, check. Minus only 6, check. Okay, and you start chipping away, and you already see cracks in the foundational, or in the center structure of this great earth elemental, but it is far from through. Anything I don't know about Aurelia?
That was my action and my bonus action, and I can't move, so no.
Okay. The guy's turn, Pelino. I'm not sure why his name's not showing up, because I clearly called this creature Pelino. But whatever. Maybe it's the token name that shows up on the turn order. That's likely it. And he will use his favorite thing. Hearing the combat, he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. Hold on. Displaying in VTT. Check. I need everybody in the hallway, including the earth elemental, to make a saving throw.
I can absolutely not see him, so I
Dex?
cannot
What kind of
counterspell this.
Would danger sense apply here?
Yes.
If it's dexterity save, yes, absolutely. As the incoming fireball is that.
17.
The DC is 14.
Oh, sweet.
If you double the DC.
Then you would have failed. I will double it. Okay, it's the DC.
Oh my gosh.
Tio.
Wait, is
Tio
Tio
opens-
within...
Theo's not down there.
Tio didn't make
I'm
it
in
to
the
the edge,
hall.
did you?
No, Tio's like halfway down the hall. I don't know.
You're
what
only
the
30 feet into
No,
the
it's
100.
Tio. You were outside the range.
20-foot radius.
Okay. Wow, lucky. That's lucky.
Okay, so half of this. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's see if the earth elemental that he conjured to protect him and then threw a fireball at did well with his dexterity saving throw. No, it died.
Nope.
So it takes full damage. Everyone else, enjoy. Could have been worse. That could have been
26
worse.
null damage.
I take 0 damage.
Yes. Why does it say null? And here's the reason. I don't know. But 26. Oh, do you have the sneaky slippery?
Evasion.
And that cracks into the earth elemental with good effect as well. And he goes, ooh, and goes running back down because he doesn't like that one bit. T-Way, you are 30 feet up the hall.
I'm gonna try to.
You're not even halfway.
Do either of the party that I can see? I want to see just Aurelia and Jesse right now. Or did Gislin get in?
You can see
Gislin didn't
Aurelia,
get in.
you can see
It's all
Jesse,
three of
and you
them.
can see Gislin next to Jesse's torch.
I'm kind of like behind them probably because
Okay.
the hallway wasn't super.
The hallways are 5
Do
foot,
any of them?
but I'm allowing for the So let's say that Jesse's and Aurelia has been switching spots, but
And then I'm like one back or something.
Okay. Do any of them look particularly what's the word?
Robotic?
No, damage. Sorry, I was looking for the
oh,
word
you
damage.
definitely watched Aurelia punch Jesse. But that being said, it's Jesse. That might be a
None
good
of them
thing
look
because
like bloodied or like okay.
My character
I'm
animation
going
has not
to-
changed.
I'm going to stick.
you know
a
when you get to
flame.
half and you're like,
No, what? Okay, I'm actually not going to stick a flame just because the Toll of the Dead hit is juicier if I get it. And we'll get to see how it handles wisdom. Okay,
it is
going to Toll of the
65
Dead.
feet from you.
it is okay. I'm going
You are
to
30 foot
hang
up,
on.
100. I'm sorry, it is 75 feet from you because you're
Okay.
30 foot up the 100-foot hallway. It's just inside.
Gotcha. Okay, then I will make my move action first, and then I will cast again.
You're going to make a single move action,
Yes, with that.
a
Dex.
single saving throw.
There's no such thing as a move action. It's just using your movement.
I'm
I
going
call
to just
move
move
action.
my full
I like
movement.
the terminology.
It's so confusing.
I'm going to.
It actually helps with the organization. Bonus
does,
action,
I feel.
standard action, move. Something's missing.
Okay, I'm moving how to make a dexterity saving throw, correct?
Correct.
To
Yeah.
get through that second trap. Okay.
That- just to see if it triggers, because right now it's just vibrational.
Okay. It is with advantage, so right?
You have moved with advantage. You've only moved once. You have advantage. If you
And
move
there's not
twice-
anything tricky with the battle going on that makes that.
Not yet. The Earth Elemental hasn't done a siege weapon attack
I'm
yet.
gonna do it first before.
The exploding
golly, Tio.
fireball didn't have any effect, so maybe you'll be okay.
It didn't because the exploding fireball does fire damage, not force damage. Anywho, an 8. So, guess what I get to do? I get to drop this on Tio. Now, Tio, you get a normal, not disadvantage, not advantage, dexterity saving throw from falling stonework. It will only be 21 if you fail. You have failed.
My gosh. I have only succeeded
It is a
on
high DC.
one dexterity saving
And
throw
I
in
think
my
the reason
memory.
It was created like
in my
this
memory,
because-
past 10. I mean, I don't mean like.
However, unless that
hard.
knocks you out, you may continue, and you are now at.
Okay. Gosh.
Yes. You are now at 35 feet away from it.
45.
Can't do math.
Because it was 75.
70
105
minus 30
60.
is 40.
It's 45.
I'm in range of Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead.
We'll take that roll right there as your total of the dead. I will roll my DC wisdom save for the wisdom.
Oh, sorry. I just.
I'll
okay.
keep the better damage
Please
roll
take
because
the
I said
better
I
one.
would.
Please take the better one. Take the better one, please.
I already said
Okay.
I would. Calm down. Have some.
Nice.
It has taken the full damage, which at this point is 13 points of necrotic damage. As this thing is now looking very, very chipped, cracked, and actually starting to crumble slightly. But there's more to have. It's a large Gricknack. There's a lot to chisel through. T-Way has finished unless you have a bonus action I'm unaware of.
I'm good. I'm not gonna use it right now.
Okay. Cadaverous. Things are. It looked like at one point you were going to be the recipient of a fireball, but instead the commotion at the door, which you can hear clearly, drew the attention of this wizard, and he threw a fireball that way. And you heard the explosion, but you don't know what the effects are.
Davros is gonna call out to this man in a rage. You were right to be cautious. I am the great balance the universe has brought down upon you. And move here and drop a fireball at 4th
Right.
level.
He goes, "Oh, that's cool." I mean, no. Ooh,
Drop a
come
fireball
on!
here
2 of us can throw fireballs now.
at 4th level, right here on both of them.
Whoop whoop. All right.
I turn to everybody around me and I'm like, I think Cadaverous is being overly dramatic in there again.
I'm being so fucking dramatic right now.
What's the DC?
17.
All right, you roll your stuff.
Oof.
I'll
30
I
That
roll
is a
mine.
damage roll.
That's a damage roll.
That is quite the damage roll. Here's the public saving throw. Well, hold on. Do I have any spells that happen to be reaction on this list? I might, but I don't think. Yep, no.
Oh,
Failure.
yeah.
Boom! As this shakes, and I will account for the damage.
Any
And
concentration checks to make as well.
to your great surprise, he looks like he's already on death's doorstep, as if he were
A wizard.
not just a wizard, a very weekend wizard.
A weekend warrior.
Weekend warrior. He's joined the guard.
I caught it.
And there we have it. Concentration checks, of course, for
Everybody.
concentration check is Constitution. Let's do this whisper to make you guys really upset.
Oh.
One success. I technically shouldn't be rolling for 2, but I'm allowing for 2 things to be summoned for this little NPC, so I did roll for 2, and 1 failed.
And reminder. Oh.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't poof out.
It
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
go away.
Uh,
It just does
yeah.
because he's not in control of it.
So what I'm gonna
Reminder-
do is I'm just gonna put a little rage snail on him. There you go.
This one also needs to make a dex save for.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh well, he'll react thusly.
Did you not go with the elementals on the wizard's last turn? I think you skipped.
The elementals made no move.
Okay, so they didn't.
They were given instruction. One was to hold the door, and the other was going to be to hold him, but he hasn't really moved away. So the expectation didn't happen. Oh, and I shouldn't have whispered that one, but it was an 11, so that one took 34 as well.
We can close the door. Cadavers is fine.
Okay. Now, with that being said, Gislin.
Deck safe.
They did it already.
Oh, they did?
11. He failed.
Doesn't-
He whispered rolled by accident.
I accidentally whispered rolled it to me.
Alright,
So it said I rolled an 11, so he took all 34 points.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Sorry,
Oh.
I was reading
wow.
spells.
And for some reason, his hit point says 34, so I did that wrong.
So bonus action.
There we
Hunter's
go.
marking the earth elemental.
Hunter's mark. We'll give it the hunter's mark of the snail. Wait, I've used the snail.
Everything is snails now.
It's all
Just it's
snails.
snails all the way down.
We'll give it the net because you're. It's a,
Alright,
it's a trap.
I
trap.
will.
Fantastic
Go for
fight.
broke here. No, we'll just regular longbow against
Regular.
16.
16 does not hit.
And then same thing again.
Oh, I saw
that was
20.
almost.
Oh well, 19 will though breach it.
Yeah, that would have been good because I have sneak attack too. So, that
Bless you.
and one of these,
Bless you,
and
Dora.
one of these. So that's 6.
You get closer
22.
to the mic when you say the next one.
I didn't know what you heard.
22.
Magical piercing.
Magical piercing. Fantastic. All damage
Force.
all the time. That's what this party does. And that earth elemental is likely dead very soon. But as it has a lot of hit points to start with, it's still somehow around.
He's looking like he feels a little rocky.
I'm ending the stream. We're done.
He,
It's just
you could say that his fighting might get better with a little terraining.
guys, I feel you guys aren't being serious here. Let's not take anything for granted.
Oh my god.
Gislin,
Why?
are you finished?
There's no way I can try to move in there, so no. I'm good.
Okay. Jesse, right in front of you is your white shell. Go for it.
Rocky! Rage. I like saying that. Let me count for that.
I always think
Let
of
me
the
put
old video game
this.
from when I was a teen. Shut up.
Sheen. I would like to recklessly great axe the Rocky.
Hey, no, Adrian, no, what are you doing? Hey,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
hey, it's not okay. Hey, Vic. Oh, you're
25.
breaking me. You're breaking me apart. You may roll the damage.
Oh yeah. 14.
15.
Yes, 15. I can count.
Interesting.
I'm gonna
Because-
use.
Because 15 is what you needed.
Oh no! Wait, we didn't leave it with one extra hit point. What the heck?
That's why
never
when
do
you
that.
said 14, I'm like, wait, what? No, you're bad math. So
I'm done now.
it crumbles
Oh.
into a matter of fact, since I have this other thing on the map, let me just grab this real quick. Boop, bloop. Perfect. And now object token. Boop, boop.
Oh, that's concerning.
As there's now just a pile of rubble. It is not to the ceiling anymore as it comes crashing down and is
Perfect.
managed. Dang it.
Is that
The other one won't
difficult
go in the
terrain?
way. It will be difficult terrain just for that spot. Because, yeah,
What if I were to jump?
I
over
would
it?
trip over like a 1-inch gap. And I would not mind it because that's who I am. So this is difficult. Yes, this is no big deal.
All right.
Not so easy.
10, 20. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's what I can do.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna move to Aurelia.
Okay. So 10, 15, 20. Oh,
Let me put these to the back.
25.
That's not okay. There we go.
30, 35, 40, 45.
Jeez, this is just not right.
You.
You know what's really frustrating was when you play like Theater of the Mind with a monk, because you can never impress upon other people how fast you are. But when you see people moving around the map, you're like, you're the other end of the map.
And then, sorry, I need to remind myself how this works.
This is how you remind me.
Range spell attack, 3 feet.
Mumble memories, those are the best. That's how I
You
get.
take the attack action, spend 1 key point to make it twice. Okay. Are we killing him? I say, pointing at the
Gosh.
wizard.
You see the wizard. He's mostly soot right now.
What did you say, Gislin?
I said who?
The wizard.
I shrugged.
He's
off to
trying to
sea.
kill us, so yeah.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna make a radiant sunbolt attack at him.
Some of us don't really know what's going on. We're just playing things.
I mean, he threw a fireball at us, right?
He did.
We
So
killed everything that threw fireballs at us.
only an 11.
An 11 will
Okay.
miss.
Unfortunate. Here's another one. 13. Good God.
Miss.
I swear that those things that attack is cursed.
Pew pew. That's a warning.
Warding shots across the bow.
I'd like to
She's
think
go-
that
I'm gonna use
your
a free
technique does include finger guns.
I'm gonna use a free action to pout, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Magnum. All right. With Aurelia done, it's this guy's turn, and he does this.
Begging is an action.
Hmm?
Said begging for his life is an action.
1, 2, 3,
Wait a minute.
Four.
Do something else.
5, 6. Shit. All right.
Quickly
But, you know-
multicast to monk.
He could have. He'll have to do this. Oh, does it just come from the sheet now? It says roll. I don't want to roll it. No, I have to go to display. Here we go.
Oh no!
Yeah, and it's a biggin. So, oh, did I not give you the option?
It's fine. I'm 5 feet out of range.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right. So, 20-foot radius sphere. So that's a 40-foot circle. So let's go to my handy dandy drawing tool. I'm going to hold down the Alt key, and I'm going to do. Oh no, I made it a square. Damn it! Did I miss the Alt key? I totally missed it. I held down the Windows key. Not helpful. Boop. Let's try that again. All right, back to the drawing board. Literally. Okay, so that's like 15. That's 20, but that's only half. 25, 30,
Would we consider an
40.
air elemental to be strong wind?
You would. If it's doing its whirlwind attack.
Excellent.
It does have a whirlwind attack.
Excellent.
Now, this is what this guy is doing. Let's make sure you're dead center, shall we? Now I'm just gonna size it to be perfectly in the actual size of it. There we go. And what I need is both Jesse and Aurelia to make a constitution when you enter or start your turn. Okay, never mind. He does that out of desperation. And he's hoping the elemental will handle you, cadavers. And so his turn is over. The air elemental will have a turn. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it to the turn order, but it does go immediately after this guy. There we go. We'll say 15.1. And the air elemental will make 2 slam attacks against you.
Please roll 1d6 for each one of them and minus that from the attack.
I will do that at the end of both of these. I do not want to whisper. Stop giving me the awesome option. I will not roll 1 for that.
Understood.
There is no ally within the creature's range. It cannot hit Jesse or the, equivalent.
Just to get a pact with the elementals.
And this will be
So
minus
please-
6. Minus
Yep.
1d. Oh, slash roll 1d6.
Question.
And
Does the
Cadaver-
presence of... Sorry, go ahead. I was just putting something together.
and Cadaverous is also going to hiss out at it. Oh, I'm busy. And cutting words. I will
Is your
roll
armor
this.
class?
Armor class is
15?
16.
Oh, it shows 15. Oh, no, that's the different one. All right, so 16. So it's currently hitting a 17. You can't not cut his words. You've cut the words in half. Also, it doesn't have to... Is it immune to being charmed? Stand by. It is an elemental. Ha ha ha. It's not. You can totally charm one. So you can absolutely cutting words worked, and it worked to perfection as it misses you. It then whirlwind does require an action, so it doesn't get to do that. It has no reason not to be here. And matter of fact, no, that is all. That is all for now. But it moves onto your square. And so it's all around you. I will put him toward the back, though, because that's no fun to see, right? There you go. And I'm also going to put this thing toward the back, because that's no fun to see either. There we go. There we go. That looks more correct. Elemental's done. TOA. All kinds of things happening.
There's so
huge-
much happening.
Huge cloud. Oh,
Constitution saving throw.
Heavily obscured blocks vision entirely. Creatures effectively suffer from the blinded condition when in something in that area.
My question was, does the presence of the air elemental affect the cloud in any way?
if it does its whirlwind attack, which it doesn't really care about the poison, the cloud kill, it looks like it might be completely immune to that. So it doesn't really, there's no cause to, and it will likely use its whirlwind if it can get a few opponents at the same time, which is perfect for Jesse and Aurelia right now, but it's right now worried about Cadaverous because Cadaverous threw a fireball.
Okay.
It's a lot of exposition for no.
Okay. Well, shoot. Okay, hang on one second. Let me measure. How close am I to the door now that I've made that second?
So you've moved 30 twice, which means you've moved 60 total. You have 40 feet to
And
go.
it's 40
40 feet to go
to the door.
to this square here.
To that one?
Correct.
Shoot. Okay.
Mind you, you can always Gizlin this and just run like hell.
There's no more traps. Are there?
Well, if you move
There
at
are.
all, yes.
There's more. Okay. I
It's
thought that
all
I was
one
past.
big giant trap is the problem. This is
Okay.
this is the
But it seems like
falling
this will be the
remains.
last stretch.
If you can get through the door, you can certainly be sure that there might not
You
be
only
more
have
traps made.
if you go zooming, right, you only have one more. If you go slow, you're gonna have two more, but you're gonna have advantage at it. Is the trade-off. So
Now, there's nothing wrong with advantage. Gislin had a +8 to her saving throw.
Yeah, I did it because
I don't know what
Cadaver.
Cadaverous
+2, but
had.
that hasn't done anything.
Right. So do you need advantage, or do you just be like, it's your decision
Well, I didn't.
completely. I would
Normally
like
a
though
+2
an
is
answer.
like enough to do something, but
I mean, the DC is 16.
I need to
so
get
that
in
means
there.
you
I need to get in there.
That means you need to roll a
I'm
14
going to
or
just
higher to actually
do it
succeed.
twice.
So you have basically like a 30% chance of success if you don't have advantage. Of not
That's
taking
true.
the damage. But you
Numbers
it is 2
crunching
rolls,
by
so yeah.
Casey.
I don't know what the DC to trigger it is though. So
Nobody knows because everyone's saved like at 20 plus.
Yeah. It's multiple rolls.
Except for Tio.
But Tio's failed at like 7.
You can
Like-
take another shot of 20 without going down, right?
Yeah. It's
four-
just if it's
40.
40.
Well, that's max damage, so.
Could you imagine if it matched?
Always thinking worst case
4-0.
scenario. Okay.
You deserve to go down. if that-
Yeah, if you get
Yeah.
4 zeros against you on 4d10,
Average damage
I'm
is
going-
22.
auto die.
I think it's shoot.
Any max roll should automatically be like a
Just
death
do
save.
It's more
it.
important for me to get. I'm going to run. It's more important for me to get in there and do what I can
All right,
do.
so standard
for-
move and using your standard action to use the dash action and also moving, right?
Yes.
Okay, you may now be
Be 15
well,
feet
one-
in the room, right?
yeah, so you'll
Could
be 15 feet in the front.
Here.
But I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw with no advantage or disadvantage.
Okay. Shoot. Hang on a second.
Earth element.
Can you point out to where I'd be again?
Yeah. You'd
I'd
be
be
one
right
square.
there.
You'd be exactly the square that can touch the blue.
Can I stop short and end here? Where I
Yes.
can see. Okay.
If you don't make it inside, you technically still have a danger.
Oh, I do.
Well, make me
Okay.
drop this on you and also Gislin,
And
because Gislin's in the hall still.
shoot. Okay. And this is the danger right here.
If you no, that's just the earth
The
elemental
whole
remains.
hallway is a danger.
Can I stand right there?
Yes.
And that
is
won't be in
difficult
danger.
terrain though. That's difficult terrain, so it'll cost 2, but you can get there.
Difficult terrain is fine. Okay.
Still need that dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Let's do it.
There you go.
Boom!
Hey, you made it. Okay.
And you do not trigger the trap, so there is no falling debris for Gislin. to worry about.
Embarrassing. Okay. All right. And then
Bear racing? What? How do I get involved?
How fast do they go?
What you got? Yeah, I got like an O2 Panda. It's pretty good though. Keep it cherry. Go.
Okay. I think that's all I got for this. So I'm good. I'm good now.
You can move your character to the square you think you're supposed to be in.
Thank
There
you.
we
I'm
go.
just full of cloud kill nerves.
You only have a bonus action left. Yes, no, yes, no.
No.
Okay.
I do, but I don't.
Cadaverous, you are not within the cloud kill. You are also very close to it though, and you are inside the air elemental's space, which means it's likely to do something shortly.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step out of it to here.
Okay.
Nothing, anything happen?
I need to read real quick, but I don't believe so. I think you're just fine. No, it can just move through your space, so it doesn't care
Okay.
about your space.
I'm gonna bring down hell upon this fucking guy again.
Yes.
So once more, we will do
Once more to the
Yes.
breach.
Oh,
36
Oh, yeah.
again.
oh yeah.
Holy cow.
Do you know any magic?
Mid-range caster.
Oh, you're in the range, low circle caster, are you? Oh, you live to live this building.
Okay, I'm gonna give him advantage based on your taunts because he
Don't-
really hates you.
Don't underestimate the petty levelness of D&D players.
No!
Oh!
That's
Ooh.
initiative.
Why did you do initiative?
That's initiative. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Actually, initiative is +2,
Doesn't
Like,
matter.
and it is dexterity based.
Doesn't matter. It's
I'll
not
go
the
ahead
right
and
roll.
re-roll it, just because you guys are petty, as was just discussed.
18 still safe.
No.
What over?
Still
what you
takes
needed.
damage though.
Still takes
Yeah.
damage.
He does.
18.
So 18 is enough. He dies.
Let's go.
Boom! Blasted out.
Gosh.
He was like reaching back toward the orb. But God, oh God. Oh.
Fire elemental. You're.
Surprise elemental.
Yeah, you guys managed to avoid 2 elementals based on his bad positioning.
Helena, who?
I just wanted to talk, dog.
Helena
that-
died, and
Does that mean the poison?
that
got away?
disperses.
Yay!
But we remain in air elemental is a problem rounds.
Time to punish him.
I would continue to move around to here.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be my turn.
Okay. Jesse.
Question.
Uh,
Statement.
yes.
You skipped Gislin.
Did I?
But then question.
Boop, 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 boop.
Timing
Boop, 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 boop,
and
boop.
top of
Gislin.
round.
No questions. Gislin.
I'm fine. Well, let's finish this fight.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay
It's like- it's like-
for it in the morning.
Oh,
like-
is it
Yeah,
super
it's
time to go?
11:30.
Oh, hold on. Dora.
It's
Okay.
fine. Let's just finish the fight.
Okay, it won't take long.
I'll hate
like-
myself in the morning,
like-
but let's just
it's
finish
like-
the fight.
It's like 2 attacks away from
Bonus
death.
action,
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark.
Boom. He's got the Snail of Doom.
All right. Regular,
We'll just call that a double mark.
regular longbow on it.
Yep.
19.
19, good.
Holy cow.
That's 17, 21 damage.
Minus 21. Accounted for.
Sharpshooter longbow. Let's just try to finish it.
Crit it and end this, okay?
Ooh, 21
Sharpshooter,
hits.
Ooh,
Oh.
holy
Damage.
shit.
28 more damage.
28. Still existing.
God damn it. I thought
Jesse.
you said it was close.
No,
Somebody
it got
said
hit by
was
one
close.
fireball.
Oh.
Holly,
Well, it got hit by
leap
Gizzle
off this
ball.
balcony and
I-
one shot it as you fall, okay?
I got it. I got it.
All
I know
right,
you do.
Jesse.
I would like to jump down right here.
Okay.
Bam.
You have boots of springing and striding.
I sure do.
You're able to do this without any problem.
I will do my first attack.
They did not burn up when you spent
You
round
only
after
need
round in
one,
that
or
lava.
you're gonna
wearing
crit.
them.
Oh, you have advantage too.
It's not a crit.
22 for 13.
Oh.
Second attack if needed. Is that
Nope.
just the magic number?
That's it. It's
Holy-
just gone,
holy-
and it was at 10, so you did 3 more.
Yay!
So
Oh,
efficient, Holly. Expect you to be better.
Cadavers is still angry.
I would be too.
I'll move my
Hit that thing!
Cadaverous, as he seems like the next most dangerous thing.
His whiskers are twitching real hard right now.
You
And
look like
so-
the rat.
In a strange, Cadaverous is raging more than Jesse moment.
Mm-hmm.
You can't help but be drawn to the corpse of the dead wizard, which is fuming as if it were leaking dark mist.
That seems
Ooh.
bad.
And it
That
just
seems
starts.
familiar.
And then, in a slight shift in the air current, the mist starts spinning and makes its way to the orb and disappears.
Negotiations over.
Bloop. We'll all take that in over this next week, as we'll be back next week. Thank you all for playing. We managed to pretty much end as quickly as we could. It was like 2 minutes after doors, like, it's fine, we're done. And Thanks everybody for watching. I don't know how many people watched, but I understand it wasn't just one person. So thank you.
We had a couple of
Also,
followers.
it might have been just 17 of the one guy's
Aw.
browser.
couple
We did?
of followers. Tinkerfet, which is an awesome name. And Disappointing Johns also gave us raid for 7 viewers. So thank you for that.
Awesome.
Welcome to new folks hanging out. Thanks for coming. We stream
Anytime.
Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays at 7:30
Thank you.
Eastern time. So different campaigns in each of those. Check them out.
Did we just double? What the world?
Sure did.
We just doubled. We're done. Everyone shows up. What?
They love watching
No,
our
wait.
sign-offs.
Well, we had been 30 for the last like hour or so now.
I
Oh,
don't
it's
trust
very
the thing.
I don't
Yeah,
trust
but
the thing either.
I don't trust any of you people, or the thing
any
either.
of you. Yeah. So
So
check us out, Roll It Slant on YouTube if you want to see where all of this started. And campaign on Monday is on
Monday.
episode 4, so that's easy one to jump back in.
13, I thought.
Most of the same, most of the same players, and the campaign on Wednesday is also on episode 4, 3, somewhere in there.
We'll be introducing mostly a new character. It's
Cool. Yeah. That's all I got.
Holly, say
Thanks.
a line.
Kevin.
I was gonna defer to you because you had so much rage.
That's true. You were.
Actually,
I'm all burnt out now.
in
Oh.
Fuego.
I don't know. I don't
Say
know what I'm
something
doing here.
Say something stupid, just incredibly.
You know, I got it all the
Beyond the
stupid
IQ.
out earlier. I don't know. I'm lost for stupid.
I'm out of stupid.
Meatball planets.
Meatball planet. Yeah, a meatball planet.